Welcome, fellow traveler, to our little D&D podcast, where we share one of our D&D sessions with you set in a homebrew fantasy world. Most of the players in this campaign are actually new to the game, so I hope you can forgive us for our silly mistakes. But if you're also new to D&D, maybe you can gain a bit of knowledge from our antics. Anyway, the players for this campaign are Reitersul, the Dungeon Master, MusicSquid, playing as Pséftis Morfi, or Seth, Anistrae, or Amby, playing as Evetta Flintsworth, Quenie, playing as Zara Irving, and Snow, or David, playing as Dag. These sessions are taken over voice chat, and we will be using Roll20 and D&D Beyond to keep track of our characters. In any case, let's see if our DM has had enough of us and TPKs us this time. Let's begin.
So, last we left off, you guys had taken a rest in the hot zone, woke up, and began conversing about the plan to escape Dayston. As you were talking to each other and eventually Vali, Seth had a ledger in his backpack detailing a list of runaways and refugees and more or less wanted people who had fled Carmeli, the city of magic. Seth felt it was changing. There was some like scribbling noises, and the entire ledger more or less erased itself, and everyone on the list, and instead changed to be a almost emergency warning letter of some kind, or like a call to action, a call to arms. This new letter detailed that all Carmelian Knights were to retreat to Fort Bellist for some command, and to rescue any and all citizens along the way. Does anyone remember the name of the person you were supposed to report to?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'll let everyone else.
No,
Never
go
mind.
ahead, go
Never
ahead.
mind.
You
Me. Oh my, I remember actually.
Oh, really? Wow. All right, how about you, David? What was the name of this person that you had to report to?
So it's obviously it was that one person.
Yeah,
in
that's
the area.
No.
You know, during the
Commander
plan.
Pixis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pixis?
Yeah, that one guy during that one time.
Okay. All right.
I think it was Commander Irvina.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, it was in my notes.
That's what I said.
That's true. That is what you said.
Exactly.
In the middle of this discussion with Volley about course of action, some loud explosions of fire were heard above. The ground was the entire hot zone, its underground base was even quaking from the severe force of these explosions, prompting the party to go quickly investigate, where they saw two interesting figures. One of the figures they had already seen before, the Scorched King, or now Ashmaker, the Ashmaker representative, but a new figure, much more armored, more menacing, and also possessing some very interesting powers. That aside, it was not deemed necessary to pursue, so everyone went back down to the hot zone and went to enact the plan, which the plan was, David.
Oh, this is my time.
We
All
planned
right.
for this.
All right. Plan was simple. Our party, we go through the tunnels, we get wine, I think. Boom, simple. We get the wine, and we actually find great wine. We're gonna head back, and then Queenie slips and falls and makes a huge noise.
It was
It's
Zara.
okay.
You cannot be not.
Oh, okay, my fault. Zara Irving.
Yeah.
They slipped and fell, and so guards heard us, and so we made a quick getaway. Seth gave Zara Irving some more wine, and she slipped and fell again. So we really had to get out of there. And as we were leaving, Seth decided that we should probably try and stop them. Boom, easy. So we planned an attack, or to stop and attack them, and then they kind of stopped trying. We like iced the door, and then they like didn't come, or they did, but they kind of gave up. So we just broke the door, and then we boom attacked them, and then we almost died, but we didn't really. Yeah.
Wasn't that Seth who opened the door?
No.
No, and he doesn't get blamed.
I think that was
opened
you
the
actually.
door
Queenie.
because
Nah.
Seth got tired of waiting, and then we attacked and killed the guys.
No. I think Queenie
Yeah.
opened the door.
Yeah,
Queenie
Queenie
herself.
opened the door.
Not any of the party members. Queenie
Oh, okay.
herself descended
Yeah.
into
My
the
bad,
world
guys.
and opened the door.
My bad, guys.
Wow, that
I
was
was just interested in
that
the
was the most
doorknob.
detailed David explanation we've got so far, which was mostly correct, except it probably wasn't wine you were getting.
Oh, it was
Just
alcohol.
yeah,
couldn't
various high proof.
remember. I couldn't
high
remember.
proof,
It was close
various
enough.
yeah. Regardless, after a almost harrowing fight for Dagon, Zara, who both went down, you guys healed them. They were fine. But you ran back with the alcohol, and Tuna and Ibri arrived soon after with gunpowder that they promised that they would get on the run. As part of the second part of the plan, which was to make a bomb by Evetta, who took the alcohol, took the gunpowder, spent like roughly an hour and a half to 2 hours making the bomb. They named the bomb Ibri or something. I was kind of
No, that was in character.
It was in game.
Yes, in game.
But yes, Stefan there had a kind of weird moment from everyone else's perspective. And that's where we left off. You guys had just discussed their plans with escorting the sick and elderly and the injured out of the city first. It's their high priority. Talks of grabbing a cart of some sort, maybe a carriage of some kind. So, what do you guys want to do?
Tuna, I demand you to get off the bomb, please. Step away from it. Do not touch it.
All right. Slowly gets off the bomb.
Look, you would do well to respect the bomb because, number one, this is going to help everyone get out of this burning city. And number two, this was conceived with the help of... craft it. Create it. Craft it. Oh my god. Evetta shoots a glance at Seth as if, she's saying, please tell me you didn't hear that. I did not say that. No.
Seth looked up to the ceiling of the cistern and just like in the most obvious way possible definitely heard that and is also just as obviously pretending he did not.
Evetta just quickly glances at Ibri for a second. Oh my god, I hope she did not hear me say that. Anyway, Vali, you said reconnaissance, right?
That would not be a bad course of action for those of us who still need to do something while the others fetch a cart or fetch a carriage. So we could scout around, look for safe exits or things of the sort.
See, what I was thinking was that if we do find one that is, moderately guarded or something, us four can go in and distract the guards while someone else jumps in and sees the carriage, takes it away, drives it off while we're still fighting off the guards or whoever's guarding it. Did you actually see that many Ashmaker carts or carriages?
Not in the city.
Oh.
At least not what from I can recall.
Oh.
Yeah, I do remember there being a lot more carts outside. More spaces for the horses.
Evetta looks at Seth. What other options do we have to get a cart?
I mean, we could scour the city. but it's currently mostly on fire and probably equally as full of ash makers, so I don't know if either option is better than the other one. Would the dock that they were using have some carts? Would that be the Tunar, what do you think? Would that be the like safest option? Because I know that Thayer was already planning on going to the dock with some of like the less well-equipped civilians. So he must have determined that that would be actually is Thayer with us.
Yeah, Thayer is with you.
Okay, so you must have determined that that is a viable location. Would it stand to reason that there'd be
Well-
carts there?
Well, I consider that location because sailing the sick and elderly away seemed to be a better option. And of course,
Yes, but what I'm
sailing
saying
some
is-
people, some stronger folk with them to guide them, but
Okay.
um,
I'm
that
trying to
was
think of which
mostly on
place
my
would have
mind.
the least amount of guards.
the port's not that bad. Many cart went through and out from there. There's got to be some left over, and now with the whole besiegement, I can't imagine they'd have much reason to stay over there.
I'll look at Evetta. Seems like our best bet. That
So
way
go
we don't have
towards
to
the
try.
port. Okay.
Yeah, we don't have to try venturing out of the city walls. So we also don't have to sift through rubble. We just go towards the port and see what we can do down there.
I don't really see any other option, so I'm good with that. How about you two? And Evetta looks at Dag and Zara.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds like our best option.
So there is a tunnel that actually leads to the skytops, correct? That would take us closer to the port? Do you only have one, or is there one that's closer?
We do have one that leads to the skytop, but it's a very precarious spot. It doesn't lead into into a basement. It doesn't lead into a storage room. It leads right into the open.
Oh, so
Had
is
to
that the same
use-
one?
Yes, the skytop is sure you can find that many establishments there are not willing to make tunnels to the poor people district.
hmm
Most of these tunnels are an agreement between us and then the owner of the establishment. Skytop Quarter is the only one that has gotten that far and has not been found and is solely of our doing. But that would lead you to the Skytop Quarters. It would be quite a trek, though, from the end of that tunnel, then to the Skygate Road. Tunnel exit is not particularly close to that gate. So,
Yeah, that's what I was worried about when Thayer was talking about leading the less equipped in that direction. How was he planning on protecting everyone through there? Was he grabbing just a small squad to protect, or what? Did he actually have another method?
well, that was the idea. Only grab a handful of people and guide them, hug the walls and the shadows.
Well, okay. Well, what do you think, Seth? Maybe we can have either Vali or Thayer scout ahead to see if there are any carts available. Then once we get their signal, we can drop in. Unless you have another idea.
I don't have another idea. I just don't know if we should necessarily be needlessly endangering Thayer and Vali when they're going to be the most needed for escorting the civilians out.
That is true. I was trying to, sorry.
Truth of it is that, no offense, aside from maybe Harvin, the four of us are the best equipped to deal with the ash makers, so we should probably be the ones to just handle this particular situation.
Oh, I was just going to have them do reconnaissance. Just scouting, no fighting. Well, for them,
Yeah, but
then again...
Every second they're out there is a chance that they get caught. We can't assume that scouting doesn't lead to fighting.
I see.
Well, I can maybe do one more pass around the city. It has been a day since I have been up the surface and earlier when we looked at investigating the explosion. I can maybe do another pass, but it won't be until several hours till, well, a couple hours until I get back. If I do a thorough search.
I have trust in Volley's ability to be able to scout areas, but I still worry that something might happen.
And do we have the time to wait a couple hours? Especially after, well, it appears the nullifier's down.
Yeah.
If you're not feeling, he's directly addressing Evetta now. If you're not feeling the Skygate for any number of reasons, then what would your preference be?
Honestly, I feel that is our only choice at the moment. Any carts, any sort of transportation of anything, they're not readily available. I'm willing to take what we can. So I'm willing to go to the Skygate.
Alright, then let's act now, and let's act fast.
In that case, it might be in the best interest for the safety of everyone that me and Volley stay here then. Just so we don't take any chances.
Yeah, that would be best.
It would
Not
suck to
saying
both
you're not
find-
capable, but yeah.
It would suck, too, if we did a thorough search around the city, get caught, and die, and then you guys also don't find a cart at the port. That would be a rather bad scenario to be in, so we'll wait for you guys here.
Okay. Which tunnel is it again?
It's that one over there, and, Amby points, and you go to the tunnel.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
So, all right. Everyone runs through the tunnel as quickly as possible. You emerge into just what looks like behind a kind of shack. There's a tree as you emerge right next to you, and it has this huge. Well, it has a lot of branches, and it would be casting shade if it wasn't burnt to cinders. As you come up, that you can see it has a little mark carved into it, rather crudely. You guys are in the skytop quarters. You look around. Oh, I was looking at other things. Let me set the mood. Oh yeah, I changed the background of the canvas so you guys don't get blindfolded.
Wow.
I meant blinded.
Blindfolded.
Flash banged.
Yeah, flash. No, blindfolded. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blindfolded. Yeah. Amazing, amazing JPEG.
So, the flames are not as raging as they were yesterday, and they do not reach as high in the sky as they once did. And while there is still a
Weren't we
there-
outside just earlier today? Because when that explosion happened, wasn't that in the morning? This is all still the same day, isn't it?
yeah,
It's still the same day.
it says- yeah.
Okay.
While there is not a blanket of black smoke, you can still see plumes here and there, and bits of regions amongst the walls and just in the sky where you can see clusters of black smoke. Now, immediately as you look around, the activity in the skytop quarters has lessened. As you emerge, you don't hear any, first off the bat, you don't hear any fighting. You do see a couple of patrols, but they're very far, at the most 500 feet away from you. And there's these tiny little specks. You can see them slowly moving from right to left. The Skygate is a bit of ways away, but you do remember that it was near Ionan's estate.
So, do you remember the way?
I mean, it's a little more on fire than it was the last time we were up here, but yeah,
It's a bit bright and toasty, indeed.
it should be able to get us there, I think.
All right, I would like everyone to make stealth checks.
Oh no.
I nullify
Evetta casts
Zara's.
guidance on Zara.
Thank you. Thank you. Does that give me? Does it nullify or like give me advantage?
No, it gives you add a d4.
Oh,
And
okay,
then
okay.
Seth is nullifying your disadvantage.
Yay!
Come on, Queenie. You
Oh.
really don't hear Squid every time he's like, I nullify Queenie's
I do.
disadvantage.
It is quite
I do,
literally
but I don't
the
know if
only
it
thing I've
stacks.
ever used this feature.
Dirty 20.
So,
Nice.
did anyone get below a 12?
Oh, I got an 11.
All right.
Dagosaurus.
So,
Ugh.
as you guys speedily make your way, following Seth, Dag, you aren't lagging behind by no means. But you slightly get ahead, and Seth makes a sudden turn, and everyone else whose speed matches him, they turn with him, and you're like, oh crap. And that brief second where you look away is enough for you to smack into like the back of just some wooden wall.
Ooh.
You give out this brief, loud grunt, and immediately as you do, you hear several voices to your left, and a bit of ways away. Not like inside the house, or not just around the corner of this building, but you do hear a ways away a couple of Ashmaker, warriors and soldiers, go like, huh? What was that? And you immediately like, and you immediately get out of there. You start sprinting after Seth, too quickly to tell if they're falling. However, you do know that you have alerted some Ashmakers, but you catch up. No one else realizes unless Dag, you tell them.
No, I'll tell them.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're all aware of that. Dag has alerted. It doesn't sound like it's not like he alerted everyone, right? It's not like now all of China knows you're here, but a squad seems to be aware something's amiss.
Are there any buildings or homes nearby that we can maybe duck into really quick, just to stay off the main road for a few minutes and let them pass by?
Yeah. Also, you duck into a building on the right that is not completely burnt down. There's still charred spots, but you all duck in, and you wait this. Well, hold on. As you all duck in, does anyone do anything? Or you all just wait?
No, I better
Start
wait.
Okay. You all just wait. There's this very just pregnant pause of just silence. The quiet flames burning down what was Evetta's home, and the soft marches of an invading army that seems so hell-bent on world destruction for no reason other than world destruction. But you wait there. And after like 4 to 5 minutes, you do hear armored footfalls headed your way. Everyone go ahead and make one more stealth check.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Nice.
How long does that thing last?
Guidance.
Guidance.
The spell that was
Guidance.
mentioned not like 2 minutes early.
Yeah.
It lasts up to 1 minute. So
Okay.
it's a it's a cantrip. So yeah, I bet
Yeah, it's up to 1
cast
minute.
guidance
Yeah.
again.
Is it still no? Do I?
It's still a D4. The cantrip hasn't changed.
Okay.
I can cast it again.
Okay.
And Seth probably nullifies your disadvantage. Yes.
Yay!
Nah, just this one. Seth is like, nah, you roll a disadvantage.
My restore balance is a reaction. Would I be able to use the restore balance on Zara? It's my last one, but then would I also be able to guidance Dag myself? That way we can sort
absolutely.
of shore up those two.
Yeah, you have enough time. You have enough time.
All right,
yeah.
cool. Then I will do that.
I got a
Yeah,
15.
they're approaching, but they're not like speeding by, but they are approaching. All right. Did anyone get below an 8?
No.
God dang
Nope.
it,
No?
I did.
Ooh.
Okay.
My turn to ruin it.
As as the armor footfalls approach, they get louder, and they're right outside the building. And you lean back, Zara, and you're not. Oh my! Why do I always mix up Evetta and Zara?
Oh.
You lean back, Evetta, and you rest your arm on this shelf. We hear as a shelf collapses, and the pottery that was on it falls to the ground, and you immediately hear all the units of the squad like turn.
Back
And then
door.
there's
Is
this
there a back
brief
door?
moment of silence. Not from where you are. Not that you
Window.
can see.
Is there a window? A hole?
Well, okay. This happens. What is everyone else doing? As Evetta begins frantically searching for another exit. And thus everyone's doing the same thing.
Seth just turns to Zara and Dag and says, "Brace for a fight." I'm gonna ready Tasha's mind whip on the first person that walks through the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Alright,
ready my javelin.
I'll
Throw.
ready my Ashmaker longsword.
The
As
first
in,
guy that walks through this door is gonna have a bad day.
So you're readying an attack action. David, is that what you're saying? When someone
Yeah.
gets into range, you want to attack?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll say the purpose of this, your Ashmaker longsword goes into its greatsword mode. I added in an additional restriction on it. I don't know if you see it, but basically once you go into greatsword form, and so I'll let you, if you realize, oh wait, maybe I don't want to do this, we can retcon it. You holding it with 2 hands. If you click on it and scroll to the bottom, you should see the new restriction. Basically, when it goes into greatsword form, when it goes back to its longsword form, it can't go back into the greatsword form until the next dawn. So you only get a greatsword form once per dawn.
Okay, I see. So I gotta choose when I should use it.
Basically, yeah. Do you want to use a greatsword form now, or do you want to wait? You can just ready the longsword. Like, you don't have to two-hand it. You can just hold it with one hand.
Yeah. I'll just
Actually, you know
one-hand it.
what? No, that's get complicated. Okay, yeah. All right, you just one-hand it. All right.
Yeah.
So I just realized my cannon has actually been out this entire time. I never actually put it away.
Okay.
As Evetta is trying to look for an exit, does it count if the cannon readies? I mean, is that allowed or no?
The cannon is a part of you,
Okay.
right? Like, it doesn't have its own initiative. If it had its own initiative, I would have allowed that. But because it's like
Oh.
pretty much what you do, it does. It's kind of like this weird, like, a extension of you. I will
Okay.
say, if the cannon readies, then you ready. Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. Evetta is a little too occupied.
Okay. Well, the 3 of you who are ready your actions, you hear some armor shuffling, and then 2 footsteps, 2 pairs of footsteps. Evetta, you look around. From where you're standing, you can't see another exit. You see a door on your right. So if the 3 of you are facing the door that you came from, and Evetta is facing the opposite direction, Evetta, you see a door on your right, and then you see a staircase in front of you.
Oh.
In terms of windows, they all have like wooden crossbeams or some kind of metal frame, or like the window is just shut, just in general. You can move if you want. I will say if you move, that may alert more.
Crap. I wanted to see what was behind door on my right, but if that's going to attract anyone, then...
I will say it is like an open door frame. There's like no
Oh.
actual door. It's just like an open door frame. So you can slightly look into it. You can't see much though.
Oh. Is it too dark?
It looks like to be a smaller room. It's both dark and you're looking at it at a weird angle. So
Shoot.
you're like, I can't see much. But you think it could lead to a back door.
I think... darn. Okay. Veda will sit tight for a second.
Okay.
She'll probably waste this moment to think.
All right. The footfalls get closer and closer. Before you see the shadow in front of the doorway darken. As you see 2 shadows of vaguely humanoid shapes. You don't see them yet. I will give you one last moment, I guess, Evetta.
Okay, let's see. Evetta will actually move this time and dip into the room, see if there's anything in
Okay.
here.
All right, you move. I will say you're since you're close to the door frame on your right. You do you move. You only have to move up slightly, right? It's like 5 feet of movement.
Okay.
But you move up and you lean into the room. It's a smaller room, and you see what looks like to be a bonfire. Okay, now that's too big. A campfire or a cooking pit of some kind. And then across from you, you do see a door with a chain across it, like some kind of lock.
A chain with a lock. Okay. Is it safe to say that Evetta is crouched? Was I supposed to say that Evetta was crouched?
Sure. Yeah, Avetta's crouched.
Okay. Evetta wants to make her way to that door with the chain, see if she can pick it.
Oh, okay.
Unless if there is no lock, then
No, you make your way to the chain and go ahead and make a sleight of hand check to see if you can do it both quickly and quietly.
Oh,
Because
interesting.
there's no lock. You just kind of have to like pull the chain off, but it does rattle like a lot, right?
Oh, okay.
And so it's like, can you do it fast and not alert anymore?
Oh. 15?
15, okay. Grabbing like the chain itself and then the hook, you pull it off and then you rest the hook gently on the base where the chain is attached to. And as you do that, you can see the door slightly give way. It doesn't open. It doesn't open, but you do see the door like slightly open. You can see just a tiny sliver of light peek through the gaps. At this moment, 2 figures enter into the door, into the room. Seth, you get, what were you readying? I forgot. Was it a guiding bolt? No, what were you
No,
readying?
mind whip. I need you
One
to
mind
make
whip, sorry.
an
Okay.
intelligence save.
You see 2 whips. You
Please.
can't really see their faces. They're kind of just silhouettes. So yeah. It's in save, right?
Yep.
Or no? In save. Okay. Can you do more than one target, or is that because you did?
I can if I
twin spell.
yeah, I can if I
Okay,
upcast
okay.
it or if I twin it. I'm just casting it at second level right now.
Okay, got it. We'll say that you mind whip the one closest to you. I will get some figures so that I can. Oh, why are they huge? What in the world?
It's not a
it's
map
because
piece again, is it?
I'm a hooligan. No, it's not a map piece. I think it's because there's no grid. I gotta lay it over Zara to see if it's all right. All right, so close guy number 1. Zara, you get your you get to throw your javelin.
Yep.
And Dag, yeah, you get to make your attack on these guys. As 2 what looks like to be regular soldiers. Again, can't see their, but the general outline of them gives it off. We'll say that it looks something like this. This is fine with everyone. All right. Let me make the int save. Well, that's a natural 3, so I'm gonna. I don't think that makes it.
Nah,
There's no
dog.
way. Yeah. Okay. How much damage does he take?
That is gonna be 12 psychic damage. On its next turn, it can only get either an action, a bonus action, or a move, and it can't take a reaction until the end of that next turn.
Right. All right. Zara, go ahead and throw your javelin, and Dag, go ahead and pick who you want to swing at, make an attack. So both of you go ahead and make attack rolls.
I'll just attack at the number 1, thing 1.
Alright.
So I just roll a 1d8, right?
Oh, does a 23
Or
hit?
how does it? So what do I roll?
Yeah.
With the long shot?
Well, hold on. Roll for your attack. What'd you get?
Oh, yeah. Plus 9, that's 23.
Yeah. All right, both of you hit. Who are you aiming for, Zara?
This one. I can't ping.
1 or 2?
Just say the number.
Will it 2?
Okay.
All right.
All right. Yeah, both you hit. Go ahead and both you roll damage.
What do I roll?
1d8 plus 6, I think. No,
Okay.
what's 7? No, 9. Wait.
Wait, what?
No,
Oh,
no, no,
I
no,
got you
no, no, no,
numbers.
6.
Oh,
6.
yeah.
Is it plus 6?
Yeah, it's plus 6. Okay.
Okay.
10 piercing.
10 piercing damage. Okay.
Ooh, okay. I did 12.
12 points of damage. Nice. All right. So
That gets a
as
second
you-
attack, right?
Oh, wait, I do. Or do I?
Yeah, because you're level 5, right?
Oh, the
Ye-
13 hits?
does that happen
Yeah.
on a?
Yeah, because he's holding.
no,
he's
but
readying
it's
an
a-
action, and the 2 attacks is part of the attack action.
That's true. That is true. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
does
Then go
does the
ahead and
13
make
hit?
another attack. I think then Zara, you technically, if you have another javelin, you could throw another one, couldn't you? Or does the property of the javelin not make that work?
I do not
Um,
know.
If she has a second one, theoretically, if you're allowing her to also like interact with an item on not
Oh
her turn,
yeah.
that's kind of
I
up
would-
to you.
I would say, do you have another javelin?
Yes, I do.
Then I would have. Yeah, I would say that Zara would probably pulled out 2 javelins because she's done this a lot. So yeah, you can go ahead and make another attack.
It's a 16 hit.
Number 2, right?
Yep.
I don't know why. Yeah, they both. I don't know why I'm at specifically. Yes, that hits. And would you roll, Dag, for your attack?
I rolled
Attack
a
roll.
13.
13 just misses, unfortunately.
Damn.
Oh.
Unfortunate.
Another 10 piercing.
Another 10 piercing. All right. So these guys walk in and just my brain. So immediately, help. What happened?
Immediately.
What did I-
Immediately.
How did I draw that? Sorry, I drew a little tiny guy. All right, 10%
I-
damage.
10% damage? What?
Yeah.
No. Could you imagine? As you all more or less make these guys walk into a trap, you hear more blades drawn outside, and you begin to hear hurried armored footsteps, as you hear a kind of commanding figure yell in the back, like, "What is going on in there?" So everyone roll initiative now.
Oh boy.
Ooh, that is tough.
Great.
Okay, so 25 to 20. 20 to 15.
Sick.
15 to 10.
14.
Rolled amazing.
Wow. 10 to 5?
6.
8.
All right. Interesting.
Really good round.
Okay, so, well, Seth, you hear, you're up first. You hear voices outside. You hear armored footfalls beginning to rush over, and you hear blades being drawn. It is your turn.
I did
My
not
tonight is
think
one
that with a 14, I'd be the one going first.
You're just
I did not
like
roll
that, Seth.
2. Oh,
Oh.
this was part of his
He
turn.
was too
This was
shocked. He couldn't believe he was first.
part of his turn was just leaving. He was
He
like, "Well,
just
this campaign
ran.
sucks." Oh,
Killed
all
myself.
right.
I died.
Oh.
I had to quickly kill myself. All right.
Hand in mouth, guiding bolt. No, I got an 18. I'm twinning a guiding bolt to hit each of these guys. 18 to hit.
18 on both hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Fancy. 15 damage, radiant on each.
All right, that'll do it for both of them. As you burn a clean hole through their armor, around their chest, and they're like, ah. All right.
Ah,
Oh.
From your angle,
Ah.
Seth, you do see the rest just outside the door. Dag, it is or no. What else do you want to do, Seth?
rude ass.
It's always Seth.
I always do this. I don't know why.
I'm going to duck in. Can I move my dude? Oh, I can't move. Oh, there we go. Jesus Christ, roll 20. Get your shit together. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move into this room here. Look at Evetta and just be like, "Look alive! They're coming in. 3 more
What?
outside." And
Oh.
I'll call out to Dag and Zara. I'll be like, 3 more on the outside, and then I'm gonna duck in the corner.
Okay.
So that I can poke my head out when more come through.
I will say, for the sake of it, there is a window actually where you are,
Oh, God
and
bless.
you get to peek out.
Okay. Can
And
I
you
then?
you
Oh,
do
sorry.
see another Ashmaker, a warrior this time, and you see him on a horse.
Okay. Then I'll continue calling out to Dag and Zara. I'm like, also, there's a big scary dude on a horse. I think he's one of the exploding ones. And then I will duck behind the window.
All right, Dag, it is your turn.
Okay. I can't really do much. Not really close. Um.
Can Tag ready another action?
We can run out.
You could
run
if
out.
you don't want to run out, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would say like there's like
Okay,
the doors like right here.
Okay, the door's there. Yeah, I'll just stand like I guess I could just stand like here. I guess just ready
Okay.
and just ready my I think in this
Ready
scenario
another attack?
I'll ready my great sword.
Okay.
There's a lot of
So
them.
so you're ready another attack, but in a greatsword form.
Yes.
If you still have your bonus action, you can still bonus action rage if you want to use rage. If you want to expend a use.
Yeah, we're gonna. Wait.
Oh.
Let's
He's
see,
speaking in
what
cursive.
is it? Justin. Yeah. I'll enrage and just grow a tail as per usual.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
So, the crocodile-like tail comes out.
Yes.
You ready
The
an attack
crocodile.
action for when they move closer.
What the? Okay.
Which is perfect because this guy is now one of their turns, and this
Okay.
guy is gonna move forward. And as he moves forward, you can see he is also using the fire greatsword form, and he's going to make an attack on you.
Okay.
That is a 22 to hit.
Oh.
It hits. It's kind of crazy, but it did.
So that is 5 points of slashing damage plus 7 points of fire damage.
12
As
damage.
you resist the slashing damage, but the fire cauterizes the kind of wound it leaves in you.
Yeah.
And that's his turn. That's all he's gonna do. And the next up is the warrior. You see the warrior. You hear him gallop behind the tavern, not tavern, just this building. You lose sight of him, but you hear some channeling noise. You hear like, and you hear this impact next to you, Evetta. It doesn't hurt you or anything, but you hear this impact like on the wall, side of you, and you begin to hear flames. It sounded like he'd set the side or like maybe the roof on fire.
Uh-oh.
That's gonna be his go. The next two are gonna move on Dag. It's a really weird angle. I don't know. Nah, why not? So Dag, you're gonna get 2 more attacks
Already?
against you.
Yes,
is a
Gloomhaven
nat 5.
rules.
So
No, I'm
that's-
kidding.
That is a 10 to hit you,
Okay.
and then a 16 to hit you.
So when it's exactly your armor class that hits you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that hit me. The 10,
Alright.
definitely.
So that will be 4 points of slashing damage plus 7 points of fire damage.
Dang, this is not looking good, guys.
How about that's
Uh-oh.
our turn? Evetta, it's her turn. You can hear the flame spreading. It was what was localized here. You now hear the flames climbing or reaching more, especially towards like the door. You begin to hear it kind of climb. You can hear like going past you, as now a bit of light begins to seep through the cracks of the wooden wall and the roofing. As you see a flickering orange light. What do you do?
Uh-oh, Evetta backs up a bit. Fire? Oh dear. What? Who did that? Yeah, she's gonna back up to where Seth is. Does she see the window? Is Seth blocking the window?
I mean, you can see out the window.
I'm specifically ducking down so that I'm not in view of the window, so I shouldn't be
okay.
blocking anything.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, he's in the space right in front of the window, so of course, unless you want to like sit on top of him, you can't like also get near the window.
Shoot,
you can look
I
out the
wanted to
window.
go out the door.
Yeah, you can look out the window, but you don't really see like anyone. Like, if you stood here, you can maybe see this guy.
Let's see. So, would Evetta be able to tell how long this place would last before the place collapses due to fire? Is that something I
go
can
ahead and
check
make-
for?
Yeah, go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Wait, so did they not open the door?
No, they did.
Yeah, you talking about the door in front of you?
Yeah.
Oh, because it doesn't have the open.
Yeah, because I did ready my
no, yeah,
attack.
it's opened. Yeah, it's open. It's open.
Wait, so did I also miss my chance to attack then?
What do you mean?
Because I had readied my greatsword, and then for the bonus action I enraged.
Oh, you're right. I completely forgot about that. Yeah. Go ahead and make an attack on. It would have been number 5 that you would have
Yeah.
attack on. My bad.
Yeah,
I completely forgot about it for some
yeah.
reason.
No, you're fine. Does a dirty 20 hit?
30-20 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. So this is a great
Oh
sword.
shoot. You took.
Bro, I took 11
Go
points. of damage.
go ahead and make. Go ahead and make 3 Constitution checks, and just tell me if you get below a 10 on any of them.
3 Constitution checks.
Yeah.
All right. You said a 3? Wait.
Sorry, 3 Constitution saving throws.
Yeah.
If you get below a 10 on any of them,
Okay.
tell me.
Okay. I got a 22. I had a 19. Oh man, I got a 9.
Okay, unfortunately you lose concentration of the greatsword form. It goes back into longsword form.
Okay.
But you still get to make your 2 attacks on number 5, but it's no longer in greatsword form.
Okay, cool. So the first attack hits. Let me find my d8s.
Well, actually, okay. You know what? Since you succeed on the first Constitution saving throw, you do get to make this attack in greatsword form. But after this, it goes back to longsword form because I just realized that doesn't make sense if it. Yeah.
Okay. So let me do the 1d10.
Or it's 2d6 in the greatsword form.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, oh man, that's not really a lot. Okay, that's 10 damage.
10 slashing.
10 slashing, yeah.
And
then
plus
I
the
rolled,
fire.
yeah, so 2 more d6s.
Yep.
Is 5.
5. Okay.
Yeah. And
Nice.
then let me.
And you get another attack, right?
Yep. I got does a 27 hit?
27 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, so this one's a d8.
Is that no? That was no. Yeah, forget it. Plus
That's
9.
a d12. 9 damage.
What part was slashing? What part was fire?
For the
For this attack, like, yeah, what part of that was fire damage?
oh, the longsword also gets fire damage?
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
so-
you made both attacks in the greatsword form.
Oh!
So go ahead and reroll the
Oh.
damage. Go ahead and
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead and reroll the damage.
Oh, I got you. Okay, wait a minute.
I mean, also,
Okay,
yeah,
so-
the longsword does get fire damage. I think I put 1d6.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, so I didn't realize these were both in greatsword. So this would
Yeah.
do 14 slashing
14 slashing,
and then 9 fire.
9 fire. Yeah, that is more than enough.
Cool.
That'll do it. As he rushes up, hits you once, and then paid costly for that mistake. I'll say then, because he would have died, then I'll say which one? Whose initiative came first? Okay, this guy would have moved here first. Okay, Evetta, you get the rest. Nice, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, did not mean to. I completely forgot he read his action. My bad. Your turn.
Okay.
You use
so
about, I'd say, like 2 squares or 10 feet of movement.
Yeah. Yeah, I moved back.
All right.
I was rolling the intelligence check to see how long, if
Oh,
Evetta
yeah.
would know. Got a 17.
17. You have roughly 3 rounds.
I see. Okay.
Not 3 rounds for, say, the roof collapsing, but 3 rounds before the entire building is on fire and it would become difficult to get out of.
How about how long it
And
would take
so
before
that
he would
means-
reach the door?
This door?
Was that a part? Yeah, was that a part of the intelligence check?
It's I would say that you kind of already saw it's already reached the door.
Oh, darn it. Okay. Not safe.
Yeah. So next, I'll say at the start of next round is when the 3-round countdown starts.
Okay. Yeah, Evetta will, she'll shout out to the party, we need to get out of this building, it's on fire! It's going to be on fire very soon! So she's gonna walk, oh, there they are! Can I actually see this guy? Where I'm standing? Do I need to...
Yeah, I'll say you can see both of them.
Okay. Evetta's gonna try to fire shoot at this guy.
Go for it. Go for it, bro.
Need to get them out of the way!
Bro,
I got I got an 18.
18 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
14.
14 points of damage. Nice. As you move in, you take quick aim and you fire in his shoulder, and he's like, my shoulder.
Boom.
It seemed like a really bad hit. You hear like the crunching and the meat making some kind of awful noise. The 2 soldiers kind of look at each other and they kind of share this look of like, this might not be going in our favor. Is that your turn?
If he's still alive, cannon fire shoot, since he's actually still here.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for
BD.
the attack. That's the ballista, right?
Yes, that's the ballista. Also, I forgot to
Okay.
say, the ballista, when its attack connects, it pushes the target creature up to 5 feet away.
Okay.
Yeah, relative from the direction of the cannon. So I forgot to mention that earlier. Oh no, BD, why you miss? BD got a 12.
12 does miss, unfortunately.
Darn. Okay.
As it tries to steady and aims, the fires right in between the soldiers and whiffs off into the city on fire. All right. So, Zara, it is your turn.
Yay! Where did number 2 die?
The Dag is standing over him. On top of
Okay.
it, probably.
What can I pick up my javelins mid-round, or will that take it like a bonus?
I would say that picking up your javelins. I know that there's an actual ruling for this, isn't it? But it's like for arrows. Trying to remember what it is. I will rule. You can spend a bonus action to pick up 1 javelin. And you can spend an action to pick up all your javelins.
Okay. I'll pull up. Can I reach 3 from here?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up a javelin,
Okay, so
and then
spend your bonus action to do so.
I use my longsword on number
Okay.
trace.
All right. Go ahead and make your attacks.
Ooh, this is a 13 and a 16. Hit.
16 hits.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll your second attack.
Is it's 8 slashing.
Okay. Roll your second attack.
That is my second. Well, I got a 13 and a 16 for my attack things.
Oh, a 13 and a 16.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, you sound like you said does a 16. I thought you were
My bad.
correcting your math. Okay. Yeah, the first strike kind of misses as you stumble over the corpse of number 1, but you right yourself and manage to score a clean hit on the second attack. Number 3 is looking pretty bad, like on death's door. Seth, it is your turn.
I really
As the
wish-
new round starts, you can hear like now you can. It's the fire is pretty audible now.
I wish that I had a cantrip that didn't do fire damage, because these spell slots are not gonna last long. What did I build, Seth? I'm gonna, I'm gonna item interaction. Open this window.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to successfully do so.
I'm gonna go out this window and just stand right in the line of fire. Fuck it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say is you'll spend. You know what? Make an athletics check.
Oh, I mean, if it's not something that I could just do, then I'll just burn in the house. That's fine. I'm just gonna shoot a guiding bolt at the guy in front of me. Does a
Wait,
27 hit?
Oh wait, so you're staying inside the house?
Yeah, no. If I can't just get out, like I don't trust Seth's ability to do this appropriately. So I'm just gonna open the window and then lean my head out and fucking gangster shoot at this guy.
Okay. I will say it's a kind of a small window, and it's a bit towards like the upper region of the wall. That'd be a bit hard to do.
Oh, what kind of window is this? Wow.
It's
What I'm
not
hearing.
it's not gonna take like a bonus action to climb out. It's just gonna take a check. It's just gonna be as part of the movement a check, and just to see how much movement you end up using.
All right, third plan. Actually, fine. Yeah. What check do you need?
Just an athletics.
Okay. Nat one.
Really?
Oh no!
Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
If you had transformed into Dag, that would have been way better.
Yeah.
you I will say you do manage to climb out, but I will say you can take a bonus action, but you kind of like hit your head on the way out and you landed like on your face, and so while you can take a bonus action, I would say you can't use a reaction until the start of your next turn.
Okay.
Wait, you know how it works. I don't know.
All right, then I will pick myself up, and now I will fire my guiding bolt at the guy. Which one looks worse? The guy directly in front of Dag?
Yeah, number three. Number three looks pretty bad. One of his helmets like broken off.
I don't want to waste. Do I just twin again? Yeah, fuck it. We'll just twin another spell. We'll just use all of our resources, and by the time we get into a real fight, it'll be real bad. But I like.
I will say, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I can't use any cantrips, so this is all I got. So yeah, 27 to hit them.
27 to hit both. Yeah, they both hit. Go ahead and roll down.
I was ready for you to say no, honestly.
27 barely
Yeah, go ahead and make a
misses.
charisma saving. No, I'm kidding.
19 radiant on both of them.
19 radiant. Number three evaporates. Well, not really. But a hefty blow. His head kind of spins and like whiplashes. You hear like the neck snapping. And then this blast of radiant damage just almost encapsulates number four's like entire form. And as he reels, he's like, whoa. And then whoever attacks him next gets advantage. What's the symbol I used? Here we go. This is the advantage symbol, guys. All right.
And then
Different every time.
I'm gonna go over here.
I will say that that one ended up making you waste your whole movement on just climbing out.
Then I will not go over there.
But Dag, it is your turn. You see number three. You see some guiding bolts. You hear Seth climb up the window, hit his head. He's like, "Fuck!" You see number three just. You hear the fire of the building, and you can see as well as Seth. I should probably mention. You can see like the entire roof is now on fire. Wait, no, it's not. Half of it's on fire.
Okay.
Dag, it's your turn.
Well, since it's a wee bit fiery in this little house we have here, I will walk out, and I will attack. Attack forward.
And you have advantage. Yep.
And we have advantage. All right, let's see which one will hit. Okay, it is a 24 hit.
24 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Don't make a
Alright.
second attack. Just roll damage because you'll probably kill him. And that's honestly.
So that's 9 slashing, and
Nice.
4 fire.
Yeah, that does it.
Oh.
As you get a nice, good impale right in the stomach. As he's like, ah.
That's it. It's just
You have the rest of your movement. You have 30. You have 30 more feet of movement.
Okay, I'll just go over towards Dag, you know, or Seth.
You're gonna go sass.
What?
Over here. My brain. But yeah.
All right. As all the soldiers down, however, you guys hear a horse quickly making its way around the building. Seth and Dag, you hear horses, some kind of horse coming your way, and you see the warrior who had previously went behind the building. You see him emerge, and you see he emerges, and then he looks at all of his dead units, and is just gonna retreat.
Oh.
The fuck?
Oh.
And you see him
Nope.
retreat in the direction of the Skygate,
Can
the way
we
you guys were going.
do anything to stop him?
So he is exactly 120 feet away from you, Seth.
All right. I guiding bolt his horse.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll for an attack.
I'm gonna do it at second level so I can save at least one of my first level spell slots. Does a 21 hit the horse? If it doesn't, that
21?
horse is too powerful for us.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, 21 hits the horse.
16. 20 radiant damage on the horse.
The guiding bolt straight up bores through the
Oh.
side of the horse. You hear a very weak neigh, but not much comes out because it's you one shot it. You see the warrior just crumble, like fumble to the ground.
Does he
Wow.
take falling damage?
The horse is not that high. No.
Yeah, but he had a horse fall on
It
top
is
of
the
him.
horse.
You know how many people's legs that breaks in real life?
Right?
No, he falls and he tumbles. I would say all of you get an extra. I would say all of you get a turn, one more turn.
Yeah,
Um,
Seth just yells, "Rush him!"
All right.
Yeah, I bet he was still
Uh,
inside the house, so she didn't even see this happening.
I will say, Seth, it'll be your turn again.
Oh,
Just for the sake, I'll just redo the initiative order.
alright.
So
Well, I
you
only
have your
three
full
s-
turn again.
I only have 3 spell slots left. This is getting exceptional.
This is rough.
Can we hit level 5 so I can drop a firebolt at some point? God.
So everyone
try.
but Seth levels up.
All right.
It sounds good.
All right. I'll take that.
Do we also skip this round for Seth?
I will cast web centered on the guy.
Okay.
So at the start of its turn, it needs to make a dexterity saving throw, and it's restrained if it fails. And I'll call out to like Dag and Zara, who are both like kind of within my eyesight, and I'll be like, "I've webbed the ground. Attack him from afar if you can."
Got it.
All right. Is that your turn?
Okay.
Yep, that's me.
All right. Dag, and it's your turn.
All right.
I don't know why I said it like that.
I don't really have a good way of hitting far away.
You can chance it. You can just get up in there. You just got to make a dex save.
All right, cool. That's perfect. Where is that man?
I will say for the purposes that
It's a 20-foot cube centered on the dude.
so this is not exactly 120 feet, I don't think, but it gets the point across.
All right. Well, let's see my movement. Okay, cool. All right, and that's the end of my turn.
Is that a double move?
You can dash.
Oh, I can dash. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll dash. Oops. All right.
Move another 7 squares.
Is that?
I
I don't know how to access the cube thing to put down a web.
Oh, I got you.
Okay.
Centered on him. That is.
Yeah,
fine.
20 foot centered on him.
Center.
Oh, am I just
Ooh.
barely out or in?
I would say you would probably not step into it, like, unless you knew you could get to him. So you're not in it for
Okay,
now.
Cool, Leo.
All right. Evetta, it's your turn.
Okay, so this is not exactly 120 feet. I actually cannot hit that far. So I will make a dash to get a bit closer. I don't know how much closer I need to get. Oh, so it's 95. Oh, okay. So it's
I would say
actually...
from where you are, you have to dash to
Okay.
get to him, yeah. And if you move
Okay.
your full speed, you get to him if you dash.
I will dash then. Evetta
Alright.
dashes. There we go. Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
And... Oh, can BD hit him?
Does it have a range of 60 feet?
BD had a range of 120. When? Alright.
Alright.
BD can actually hit him.
Okay. Go ahead and make a range attack. Disadvantage because he's prone.
Disadvantage. Aw, darn. 11.
Yeah, 11. 11 misses. Unfortunately, the tiny, the smaller target is much harder to hit, and the bolt like lands like right next to him, and your contraption is like, dang it. That's your movement. That was your action. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's
so Zara, it is your turn.
Okay, I pick up the other javelin, and then I run. Or would this dashing like require an bonus action?
Yes. No.
Okay,
Action is an action.
Oh, it's an action. I'm just gonna use my 30
30 feet of movement. Okay.
yeah,
go
30
ahead,
feet
do
of
that.
movement, and then that would take me 90 feet from blood, which is over here. And then I'm gonna use moonbeam on him.
Oh, snap.
You can.
Can I?
I would say 30 feet would get you here. That's closer.
Oh, okay. W.
It's not like it was 30 feet to run out of the house.
You're
so
so
close to
right.
the exit, anyways.
Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna cast moonbeam.
Steph didn't like that.
Yeah. Evetta's like, whoa.
Spell. Yep. Okay. That's a nat 4. I don't think he has enough to make up. Yeah, concept. Yeah. A total of 6. I bet that still doesn't. Yeah. No.
Nah.
All right. So. All right. So he takes a 2d10 damage. And you're casting it at second level, right?
Yes.
Okay.
14.
14 points of damage. All right. As you hear him struggling, and then, Steph, you see this blue kind of moonlight beam strike down from the sky above.
Yeah, I'd say Seth
You're-
definitely lets out, because Seth hasn't seen Zara do this before, and so like Zara casts the moonbeam, and just from behind you, you definitely hear a like a yell.
Oh,
Yeah. Like, oh.
Like if
Yeah,
like
the-
whoever looks at Seth, he's profusely sweating all of a sudden.
no. Oh, damn.
Is it me or city on fire really hot all of a sudden?
Wow.
All right. That will bring us to the warrior's turn.
Dex
He's going
save.
to make a deck save.
16.
As a natural 18.
Okay,
Plus
then
whatever. So
he is not restrained, but the area is difficult terrain.
difficult terrain, yes. Okay. All right. He's not restrained. He will spend half his movement to get up. Kind of looks around, and he will cast. Maybe this is not the smartest idea, but he's kind of panicking now. Ooh, just out of range. We're lucky. All right. Then he is going to go ahead and cast Firebolt at Dag. 'Cause why not? That is going to be a 10 to hit.
Oh, thank God. Bro had me scared.
Yeah, you see him clearly casting a spell, and you kind of dodge out the way without even moving your feet much. He is going to, let's see, move. I'm going to adjust everyone back, like just one more, because he's going to move one square back. All right. That's it. That's all you can do. Seth, your turn. So I will say the distance is more or less accurate now.
Okay. Have we confirmed whether or not fire damage does 0 damage to them or just like reduced damage to them? Because we've seen them take hits from fire attacks, right?
Yeah.
You've seen them take hits from fire attacks, but you have not
Mhm.
confirmed if they have resistance or immunity.
All right. Well, we're gonna confirm that now because I have 2 spell slots left, and I don't feel like blowing literally all of my spell slots on this thing that just randomly happens due to failed stealth checks. So we're gonna try and firebolt. Bless up.
All right.
Does a 16 hit?
16 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. That'll be 12 fire damage.
12 fire damage. All right. So, as the firebolt hits him in the chest, you see him recoil from it, and as it disperses, you do see like a mark left on his armor.
Okay.
But bits of the firebolt do seem to have been absorbed by the armor he's wearing,
Okay.
and it looks more like it's resistance than immunity.
Got it. Better than nothing for now. We'll count it. But just continue to move slightly out of the way.
Okay. Dag, it is your turn.
Ooh.
So, the entire web is difficult terrain,
Okay.
which means it costs 10 movement rather than 5 to move through.
And when you first enter it, you have to make a dexterity saving throw.
So
Yes.
let's just see potentially how far I would. Why do I keep saying this? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Gosh darn it.
All right. So, say
okay.
you enter the webbing.
Yeah. So let me do a dex saving throw.
I hope that's
It is a
not
16.
Oh, a dirty 20.
There you go.
You resist. All right. So
Nice.
you are not restrained.
Okay.
I would say that it's the rest of your movement to be able to reach him. You will be able to reach him. You won't have
Alright.
any more movement.
Alright, I will go here then. Right there.
All right. You get to make
And I
your
shall,
attacks.
Attack the man. So does a 17 hit?
17 hits. Go ahead and roll the second
Alright.
attack first.
Okay. Ooh, does a 21 hit?
Well, they both hit.
Okay. Oh man. Okay, 8 slashing
Okay.
and 3 fire.
Okay.
And then 12 slashing
Nice.
and 4 fire.
4 fire.
Let's
All
fucking
right.
go.
Ooh.
You with just and you're one-handing this longsword in a almost elegant way. You actually how do you want to do this?
Oh.
Let's go.
See. well, okay. It's kind of trying to think of the terrain here to go accurate with this death.
Your sword
What?
is on fire. Oh yeah.
Let's
Sorry.
see. I know. I think a swift like slanted cut straight through the torso.
Okay. All right.
Just cut right there.
All right.
Yeah. Will work.
All right. You hit him once with the first attack to get him into a good open position, and then boom, right slanted cut right down like this diagonal, like almost just perfect bisection. What's the? Never mind. Just this clean cut. As you cut through him very elegantly and swiftly, the tip of your blade hits the bottom of the web, and it ignites
On a
and a
die.
fire. It's not that much. The ash. You also, as you notice, as you killed the warrior, his heart didn't glow. He just slumped over. So it seems like he had already expended his use of it.
Let's fucking go.
Oh,
I don't
nice.
have to die this time.
Ah,
Um,
good riddance.
So
I'm so sorry about that, everyone.
fire
Zara?
spreads,
Zara.
and it kind of encapsulates you, Dag.
Oh,
Oh,
And I die.
nice.
Dag, you only take 4 points of fire damage.
So very
as the webbing burns away.
I was gonna say I will drop concentration on web if I need to at that point.
All right.
Zara, speaking of dropping concentration, could you please turn off the moon?
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll turn off.
I appreciate that. I didn't know you could do that.
Yes.
Please don't cast that where I am. Thank you. Appreciate it. Good talk.
I would never.
Thank you.
Oh.
Good. Glad to hear that. Remember
Yeah,
how I
so-
mentioned earlier there were 2 ways to get me to not look like this? That's one of them.
I do remember that.
Oh.
Not
I'm
a
surprised
not
you
a
knew
big
that
fan
spell. Wow.
of the didn't know that. Didn't know that. You could do that. That's good to know.
Vetta's like, uh-oh.
Sorry?
No, you're good. You're great. It helped kill the guide. You see, I hole punched that horse. That was kind
Vetta
of
walks
cool.
up to Seth. It's okay. Don't
Um,
worry.
Okay, so
No,
She's
it's
just
great.
not going to
I'm
use
great.
it
Are
on
you
you,
great?
I hope.
Vetta, I'm great.
I
I would.
I would
She puts
never.
a hand on Seth's shoulder.
Say that again.
I'm gonna walk back.
All right.
Hi, Dak.
Come
I'm
back
great.
to
Are
you.
you great?
Yeah, so I need healing if possible.
Dak's not great. Zara, make Dak great again.
We're a bit low, you know.
I got you, Dad.
Like, do you not have any potions?
Oh my god, guys!
No.
Wait, what? Did you use
gun
it?
formation?
Oh, it is
Oh
a
my
gun
God.
formation. Oh my god. Aha.
Phew, I have a brain.
Yeah,
of
Vetta, I
five
can't.
years old.
Anyway, wait, what happened to your
Okay.
potion?
Oh, I did not realize.
Dad? Your
My
potion?
god.
Oh,
You see,
You misplaced your
long
potion?
ago,
Was he
Thea
not
actually
there? I
gave
swear
us
you
a
were there
potion.
for that.
Yeah, I thought he was there. Wait.
It was the same time. Yeah, it was the same time, David, that you got the gauntlets.
Yeah, it was
oh,
before
I
we
only
went to
heard the
Ionians.
gauntlets. I didn't realize I also got the. Oh,
Bro, come on, man.
Yo, my boy. I focused on the gauntlet and didn't hear the potion. So what potion did I get?
It should have been
be
a greater.
a greater healing.
Yeah, potion of healing greater.
Okay, let me add that so I can then use that. Yeah, so how much does this heal if I were to
It should
supposedly
say so if you click on it. 44
see.
plus 4.
how does one read the D4?
Well, it depends on
I
the
think it's
D4
the
you
top
have.
number. Oh, that's right. I
it
forgot.
should
I
be the
have
top
pyramid
number.
scheme.
So then, whichever number is facing upright.
Okay. 3, that's 6.
Okay.
While Dag is doing that, we should probably be moving.
7,
Yes, I was gonna say, as this is happening, you guys are probably moving towards the Skygate.
8, 12. Heal
And you do
12.
see that this did end up happening nearby the Skygate. And you're actually not too far from it. So
Oh,
you guys continue to walk. Unless you guys, so does anyone want to do anything real quick?
Seth, do you still have that
let-
spyglass?
I do still have the spyglass. Here, you use the spyglass. I'm gonna go look through all of their pockets, and I'm gonna go do that real fast.
All right,
Okay.
go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay, Evetta
Wah!
will use the spyglass to look towards the Skygate to see if there are any carts, any guards, ash makers, any like an easier path to get there.
I got a 17 on pocket checking.
17 on pocket checking. So you find bits of, food, just like a random assortment of foods. It looks like these guys were kind of pillaging the surrounding area, actually. And because of that, you find 847 gold
Jesus.
on total from them pillaging
Damn.
just like everyone and every
Okay.
building.
About how much
Um,
food did they have on them between themselves as well?
I'll
we
say
have
for the sake of
hungry
I'll say for the sake of ease, I'll say it's 10 days worth of rations, just for the sake of
Okay.
like an easy way of keeping track of it.
I will grab those as well because those will probably come in handy.
Seth just
Okay.
pocketed them all.
So I'm just like, oh. No, I want to imagine like
Did you find cheeseburgers?
the
Did you find
minute
milkshake?
I want to imagine the minute Seth picked up a ration, Dag just immediately standing behind him.
I'm like, no.
Hello there.
What do you have in your mouth? Drop it.
There's of course the weapons and the armor of the soldiers and the warrior.
Meh.
None of the
And-
armor is light enough, is it? Are they all heavy?
They're all heavy. It's yeah.
Okay, never mind.
No, but they're dead bodies. I can't.
They're bad guys.
That's true. But I
The
can't.
road to Skygate is pretty clear. Evetta, you're on a kind of paved road to the Skygate, and if you look to your left and behind you, you can see the remnants of Ionan's estate.
Oh.
So this looks like the road he would take. Like you can see, like if you look ahead of you to your left and slightly above, kind of above the buildings that are kind of blocking the view, you can see the top of the portcullis, and it looks open. Looks like it's open. So it looks like it's a clear path. And you don't see any more patrols or any squads nearby.
Okay.
But
And Evetta can't
that's
see if there
that's
are
if you
like
haven't
stray
moved.
carts around.
Yeah, because the road like starts turning, like starts bending and winding what? Starts like bending and curving. So like
Windy.
you can't see. Yeah, so it's a little bit windy. You can't really see, and so unless you guys want to move forward.
Okay. Okay, well, it looks like it's a straight shot to the Skygate from here. I can actually see Ionan's estate. What a piece of trash that is. Anyway, let's move forward.
Before I move forward, I will hand everybody 200 gold each.
Ooh.
then I'll take my spyglass back.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
So everyone add 200 gold. All right. You guys continue making your way towards the Skygate, and in about 7 minutes walking, you make it to the Skygate, and it leads outside. The paved road turns into like a dirt path, and you can see the dirt path also curves like to the left, and it goes like down. It's oh my god, I forgot the term when like a road like winds back and forth, like because it's going up a really switchback. Yes, it's like a bit of a switchback. But you exit, and for the first time in a while, the entire party is out of Dayston.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, at this point, it's like
See ya.
early afternoon. You head down this dirt path, and as you look ahead, the road starts to become familiar. Seth, this was the area you were in when you did your whole, Kenku formation.
I was a little bird.
You were a little bird.
Wow.
So if
Continue
you were
making your
here,
way.
do you remember anything about this place that would have been notable?
I mean, I remember the path. I actually didn't really move too far along down it. I was kind of only around Iona's cart for a little over a minute.
I see.
but
Okay.
I did kind of get like a good look of like the path itself. If we're gonna come across any carts, they'd probably be moving to or from here or farther down the road, presumably. But I can at least take us down the road.
Okay.
I can also, if we need to, be a bird again, but that leaves me with very little offensively to be able to help us. Oh, I was a bird last time I was here.
What? How?
What do you mean?
Wait. What?
Through a combination of my abilities, this cool bracelet that I got in memory of my friend, and also a 3rd level spell, I was briefly able to look more or less like a tiny little raven.
Oh.
That
Whoa.
said, it only lasts for a little over a minute, so I'd have to be very quick. Because after the minute is up, I turn into a regular Kenku-sized Kenku, and that's probably suspicious.
Oh, darn. Okay. Never mind. I was wondering if you'd
But I mean,
be able to use it to see if there was... Well, to look from above to see if there was anything, but never mind.
I mean, I could scout as, a Kenku, and hopefully, maybe, they don't take pot shots at me, but, they might.
They might. Never mind.
Going
It's
as a very small bird gives me a little bit more cover. Going as a Kenku, I mean, I suppose I could try and look like a big bird. I guess I don't need to necessarily be a Kenku. I never tried looking like something that isn't just like a regular person. What's a good big bird in Dayston, Evetta?
a good big
You got
bird.
pelicans out here? What kind of birds you got?
Distance a landlocked city. What's a pelican?
Well, I don't know what. Anyway, what do you? Does Evetta know of any large birds?
Yeah, would Evetta know of any?
Because if size doesn't matter, I can still be... Because I can shrink to small. So if I can shrink to, like, without using a spell, I can go small, which would be a large bird, so to speak. So I could theoretically shapeshift into what would be normally a large bird, but for, like, humanoids would be considered small. And that might help me blend in.
Yeah, are there like maybe well, I was about to say a falcon, but wait, that's not.
I mean,
That's not
eagles are
considered
pretty big.
What
Eagles
about
are
a
pretty
griffin?
big.
Eagles are pretty big, yeah.
Do you guys have griffins around here?
That is too big, but I like where your head's at. Zara.
I think they're pretty average size.
I was about to mention a griffin as well, but that might be a little too big.
I mean, I guess I can
I'm
shapeshift into a
muted.
large-sized creature.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, yeah, I was wondering if you were muted. I was wondering where
Yeah,
did he
I was
go?
gonna say like, for the most part, like ravens, eagles, falcons, like those all work. A raven might fit. Well, I mean there is.
A
is
raven would be way too
war,
small
there's-
without using reduce, though. I would need to use reduce to do that. But if I could theoretically, like, an eagle would be like a medium-sized creature. I could just try and shapeshift into an eagle and keep, like, because I'd keep all my same basic arrangement of limbs, right? Arms turn into wings, legs turn into talons, and then I just sprout a whole bunch of feathers in a beak. And I could just shapeshift into an eagle, use the fly spell on my bracelet, and then, yeah, try that.
Sure. All right. You turn into a bald eagle.
Yeah, dude, I turned into the
And as
Dasted
he-
Bald Eagle. It's also the
as
local
he-
sports team.
You.
The Dasted Eagles.
I was gonna make
Dasted
it
Eagles.
another American thing. Yeah. I was gonna say you hear like from off the side like someone just playing like. All right, but you fly off. Just got ahead. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll use the fly, and okay, before we get into the minutia of it, would I need to take my clothes off? Obviously, I'd just be shapeshifted as a bird, so like it's all feathers.
Nah,
But,
I'll
like-
say most of your. Oh no, because you're
And
you're
imagine
using
if an eagle was
changeling
flying
ability.
around, wearing my clothes.
I see, yeah. Okay,
I'll
so
shapeshift first.
so
and
what I'll
drop
say-
it all off of me.
yeah, what I'll say happens is yeah, you shapeshift and you guys hear the bone crunching and like the as like the feathers like begin to cover the wings and you just see like this bald eagle covered wearing Seth's oversized clothes, like the head like peeks out, like looks around,
Oh, I'll hold on to
and then
that
he
for
just
you.
takes off
like this stuff.
and none of the clothes like catch on.
Yeah, I'll slip the bracelet so that it's like over my neck, so that I can
Yeah,
still wear
yeah.
that. I need that to fly. But yeah, I'll slip the bracelet on. But yeah, I'll
Alright.
just leave everything else here, and I'll look at Evetta, and with a bird's beak, say, "Please watch my stuff," and then I'll fly off.
All right, so
I'll take care of it.
I'll say when this happened, you guys were about 10 minutes walking into the road. So you're a bit of ways away from Dason, and most of you can see the port, but it's like super tiny. The terrain is kind of flat, and it dips a little bit as it gets closer to the ocean. But it's you're still not close. It's like another like 10-minute walk probably to get to the port. So everyone is staying where they are, right? And then Seth is flying to scout out the port. that what's
We're
happening?
probably
Okay.
going to find maybe some spot where we're not as like conspicuous. Find some
Yeah,
Sure.
someplace
presumably.
to hide.
Okay. You guys do so as Seth flies off into the distance, and you guys. Oh, damn. Yeah, hold on. You draw wings. You know what? There you go.
All right, find a JPEG of a bald eagle and put Pedro Pascal's face on it.
All right. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, Seth.
All right.
Everyone else,
If only
actually, go
I
ahead and make
had-
perception checks.
If only I had an eagle.
Stealth checks?
Everyone else, go ahead and make perception checks.
Oh, perception.
15.
Okay.
Does
So-
being airborne offer me any sort of like additional?
I'll give you advantage. Yeah.
Oh, let's go. Then that is a 16. One better. Let's do it.
All right. What did everyone else
I'll
get?
take.
I got
Dirty
a
20.
13.
I got a 22.
Okay. So, Zeph, as you fly ahead, you're getting close to the port, the wind guiding you feels kind of nice. Being in a cooking city is not great. So the wind cooling you off is a very, very nice, good feeling. Especially now that it's turning into the afternoon, or it's becoming noon, and the sun is rising. Or the sun has risen. Whatever. Yeah, the sun is rising at noon, guys. You get to the port, and you see the scatters of bodies. From the port getting into the port. There's like a couple bodies, like 30, 40 feet, that are on the road, some in the grasses, leading into the port. And you look closely, and you see two different kinds of patterns. You see the patterns of the armor of the Ashmakers. You see that there are several Ashmakers that have been defeated here. And then you see a different kind of pattern. You see these bodies of these what look like to be almost a kind of like paramilitary group. And they have their armor is almost ramshackle. They're wearing like just a kind of chest piece, and it has like these layers on top of each other. And then they're wearing a green tunic underneath, and you see that all of them, all these interesting, like the patterns of these sort of soldiers that you haven't seen before. They all have like these thin green fabric bandanas on like their right arm. Some of them have a bandana around their head, and again, these are all dead bodies. But some of them have bandanas around their head, but not all of them. It seems like the ones who have bandanas around their head are a little bit more like decorated. And they have like actual platings along the legs, and you can see like the swords they were wielding have a more intricate design.
I've never seen this before.
This does not look familiar at all. Go ahead and make one more perception check. No, sorry. Go ahead and make one more, just a straight intelligence check.
19.
19. You get a good glimpse through the advantage, and you slow down.
Special
and go
bird
into, like,
eyes.
special bird eyes. You slow down. The face structure of all these green bandana, like gorilla soldiers, are very close to that of mountain riders.
Okay. I do know that face structure.
As the man who set his face close to you, you're like, interesting. And as you get closer to the port, you can see more of these green soldiers, but walking alive. And they seem to have almost taken over the port. You can see that they have set up. You can see there's a campfire to the side. There are these open barrels. There's like a makeshift weapons rack. You see two men sitting at the campfire on these logs, kind of just eating whatever they had caught and cooked. And you see, in this port there is like a kind of tower, stone tower that is in the port, and then like a house at the side. In the tower, you see what looks like to be two more of these green soldiers, sitting at the top and just kind of resting. Looks like they're trying to keep watch, but it's a very like lackadaisical way of doing it. And then in the house, a moment passes before you see a figure get thrown out of the house. And this figure is that of an Ashmaker, but they don't have it looks like just like a regular soldier, but they don't have their helmet on. And as they're thrown out of the house, you can see two these green soldiers immediately rush out, and they have like these spears, and they immediately put it to the back of his neck. And you see two more figures walk out, and these figures are much more decorated.
How long has it been? My flight only lasts 10 minutes, and Seth would be paying
10 minutes.
like, very
I
close
would
attention to
say
it.
this is. It would have gotten you like 2-3 minutes to get there because of how fast you can fly.
Okay.
And this is about like 2 minutes of observation. So I'll say
Okay.
you have about 6 minutes left.
Okay, cool.
And just
So I have
quickly,
like a
as you
minute to
observe-
do stuff
yeah.
and then fly back. Okay. All right, a couple minutes
Yeah.
to do stuff and then fly back.
As you look at these two figures, they have a very green theme to them. One of them is wearing a wrap around his head, but he has like this long white hair that extends out of this wrap around his head. And he has a very long white beard that goes down to like it's like it goes down to like his stomach. You can see as he walks out, he's carrying a glaive in one hand. It's very ornate, beautiful glaive. He's got.
I won't say anything.
He's more armored. He's definitely more armored, but parts of him are not armored. His left arm in particular isn't armored. It's just like his green tunic is just showing, and he has like this very ornate belt around him. And another figure steps out, who looks a little bit more. His hair is tied into a bun, and then he has some kind of golden ornament that's at the base of like the bun, and he's got a kind of like pointy mustache and then a goatee that also comes to a point, and he's wearing another green light tunic, a very green theme to him, and not as armored as the other individual. He does seem to have a kind of like some kind of girdle, and the tunic is like tucked into it, and you can see bits of what looks like to be metal underneath the tunic, or maybe not metal, but like some kind of I forgot the word. It was whatever, some kind of armor underneath his tunic. He has like these bracers, and he has two short swords at his hip.
Immediate gut reaction. Which one of these guys looks to be the more important of the two?
It's actually hard to tell. They
Okay.
both look pretty important.
I like Beard Man. We're gonna go with Beard Man.
You can say they step out. You can see they step out, and you can see the beard man. He walks to the campfire, and he sets his glaive down. He just kind of rests at the campfire, and the other bun man, bun man walks over to this ashmaker that they seem to be threatening. He walks over here, and you can see he grabs like the ashmaker by the hair, and he pulls his face up. You can see some words exchanged. At this point, you have about 3 minutes left on your.
Oh, that took
your
two.
fly.
Oh, geez. Okay, hang on. I would have done something sooner then. I did not think that was taking that long.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Before the dude like walks over and sit down, it's like I immediately clock that like this beard guy looks to be the most important one, at least to my immediate thoughts. I'm gonna begin to fly low, low enough to get within like 120 feet, but just like look like I'm doing bird things. There's a dude down there. He might be a snack. And we're gonna risk it for the biscuit. I cast message at Beard Man.
Okay.
Oh.
And I say to him in his mind, mountain riders. Hang on.
Get low.
I'm trying to think of a way to word this.
Okay.
Fuck. This is gonna go either really well or really poorly. Mountain riders. Your clan appears to be unaligned with the Ashmakers. Is this true?
As you get down close enough, you do within 100, because now you're within 120 feet. You do see a good look at his face.
Yeah, I'm just circling, basically, the way that like a bird of prey would.
As you send him a message, you can see him. He has his eyes closed, and he gets a message, and he opens them slowly, and he slowly leans back up. Slowly, fully stands up. He grabs like his glaive, and you can see him tap the shoulder of the two soldiers who were sitting at the campfire. You can tell him. You see like he points to the road ahead. You can see they like grab their spears that they had rested, and then they kind of walk over. And as they walk over, you can see they do kind of a perimeter search of some kind.
He doesn't message back.
No, some time passes before you do hear, "That is true. I am no ally of the Ashmaker."
And message him again. Do you
At this
believe
point,
that
you see, just real quick, you do see the other bun man. You do see him finish off the last Ashmaker.
Woo!
In what you see, one
Happy
clean
eagle
like
paw.
sweep.
I message him again and I say, "Do you believe that an enemy of my enemy is my friend?"
You see, he's kind of like rubbing his beard, kind of like stroking as he thinks, and he's like looking around. You hear him respond back, "If what you say is true, then come unarmed, and we will talk." You see, as he says that, he like slowly puts like his glaive down.
Okay. I message back. 4 allies will approach within 10 minutes time, or actually within 15 minutes time, and then I fly right back.
Okay. You hear another. Very well, as you fly back. So, you three.
All right.
All right.
You see Seth come flying back. Bald Eagle Seth, Patriotic Seth. Wonderful sport team Seth.
I was wondering, I hope that's the right eagle. Did I see another eagle come by?
Quick, shoot it! Sorry, javelin.
Duck hunt all of a sudden? What?
No, there's only one way to know. Moonbeam.
Yes, you come back, and you guys do recognize it is Seth, and Seth, you land right in like on your clothes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Evetta drops the
snuggle
clothes because
into
she was
them.
holding it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Unless Steph lands on Evetta. Oh no.
No, I don't land on Evetta. I'll like land in front of her and wait for her to place my clothes down, then I'll just like
All right.
burrow
Okay.
into them as a
Yeah.
bird. But I will, to make it like as disconcerting as possible, I'm like fully bald-eagled, wriggling into my clothes, with beak, but you still hear my voice come out. And I'll say, as I'm like shape-shifting
fluttering
and
a
like
wing.
filling out my clothes, yeah, it's probably horrifying and gross. It's great.
Evetta has to like look away for a second. Ooh,
Steph's like, I don't have to make the noises, but I kind of find it fun. It's like, that's all me, actually.
do what you need to.
I flew towards the docks. The Ashmakers there have been overtaken by a group of mountain riders. When I was listening to Liliana talk way back in Durstwood, there was mention that I remember specifically overhearing that there were other mountain riders that didn't necessarily agree with the ones that were joining up with the Scorched King. I think these are those mountain riders. I let him know that 4 allies are going to parley with him. We need to approach with our weapons not drawn. He said unarmed.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I didn't realize there were some mountain riders who weren't with the Ashmaker. Okay.
I didn't think it necessarily important at the time, so I didn't mention it, but it appears that we have possibly some allies.
Ooh, okay.
And they
Sounds good.
have control of this dock right now. And if they're an asset that we can obtain, then I suggest that we do our best to do that, because they are capable enough to at least get rid of the Ashmakers at the dock. And I think that is probably the best asset that we could bring back to Thayer right now.
Oh, wholeheartedly agree. Let's go.
All right.
I'll
Remember,
make sure
no
to
weapons.
hide my weapon.
Yeah, put your weapons away, or when we get there, just drop them, whatever. But hands up, don't let them feel threatened.
Okay.
All right, let's head back down to the dock.
All right. So, you guys walk back. Takes a solid 10 or so minutes. I'm gonna enlarge everyone. These figures that Seth was talking about. You do see the dead bodies of both these remnants of Mountain Rider defectors and Ashmaker. Obviously some battle happened here. And as you approach, you can see all of you now can see the same figures: the white bearded man and his glaive, as well as Bunman and his not glaives. They're standing side by side. The Bunman has his hands behind his back. You can see neither of them also have weapons. Then you'll notice that it seems like Bunman also he took like the sheets off of him.
Yeah, I'll definitely just like put my hands up to show that I'm not like wielding anything, and I'll like look back at Zara and Dag specifically.
Yeah, and
Great.
you
Evetta
guys
follows.
do as you guys walk forward to get closer, you do see that there are several of these again like paramilitary like soldiers with the green fabric bandana, thin fabric green tied around their right arms. They have like spears. Some have like these curved, not quite like a scimitar. I mean, it's kind of like a scimitar, but not quite. And it looks like there's like 20 or so behind them. But as you get closer, you realize there's some standing like in like the tall grasses, and you notice that these ones have like bows and stuff, and they're like short composite bows. And you look around, and it adds about another 30 or so of these soldiers, and so it makes about like 50 total.
Wow.
But you get close. Oh wait, here's what Bunman looks like. I forgot to
Bunman.
There we go.
Damn.
Not Bunbow. No, Bunman.
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 Bun me.
Bun me.
Ooh, I could go for a bun me.
Oh, I haven't had one in so long.
And just put like the other soldiers that are standing around. All right. As you guys approach, Bunman speaks out. Hail, strangers. We are from the clan of Lay. And he kind of points to himself. I am Master Lay, and this is Master Gu. I believe an ally of yours has come to us talking possible alliances.
That would be me. Seth just like raises one of his hands like a little bit higher.
Evetta is too nervous. She's kind of tongue-tied.
Okay. So I'll say Seth, you like kind of like I'll say you step forward ahead of the group.
Yeah. That would be me. We spoke briefly. Let me just say, big fan of your work, and I'll just sort of like gesture towards like a group of dead ash makers. Just absolutely wonderful. Oh,
some of these
more
were
of
our
a
brothers. It's a shame to see how far they've fallen.
I had heard that not all of the mountain riders fell under the spell of the Scorched King Empire. I'm glad to see that those rumors were true.
Yes, we have, and this is the old man. I think I've changed his voice. Oh well. Yes, that is true. We fragmented into 3 separate clans, each holding different beliefs as to what the Mountain Riders should mean. We were originally led by Wu Jiao, for he was slain due to reckless attacks against other clans, and now Master Lei leads us. We have also grown much stronger. We have made alliances with the Tiger Clan, a clan who worships and reveres beasts and animals and tames them. However, I feel we are still in battle with the clan of Kaosha. They are fanatical, and anyone who doesn't follow them is an enemy.
Yeah, we've dealt with them. They did not choose the wisest of paths, I'd say.
I agree. So, have you come to our aid, or have you come asking for our aid?
I say, much that I would prefer to offer as much aid as I can, and perhaps there is some we can yet lend you. In truth, the four of us come on behalf of the people of Dayston, who seek your aid. This war is ravaging the city, and there's a group of good people inside who are just trying to escape the battle. We need any assistance we can to get them out. We have a plan of sorts, but with warriors as mighty as yours, I feel like we would do well to have you on our side.
You see, they kind of share a look for the older, the Whitebeard kind of, or master. At this point, you now know their names. Oh, let me actually put their names. They're,
Yeah, Bun Man and Beard Man. I've known their
Bun
names.
Man, Beard Man.
So their names might be a little.
I joked. We joked about that.
I kid you not. I came up with it like an hour before you joked about it, and I was like, "There's no way she just already guessed what I was planning to do."
That's sibling brain be on another level, dude.
I knew it. Oh my god. When you said Lay, I was like, oh my god, I know who that is. This is great.
Okay, yeah. So they kind of share a look. You can see Master Gu kind of leans into the ear of Bule, and you can see some murmurs, some whispers. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Oh, hey, I'm good at those. He said before he failed.
Oh.
No, 27. It's the second. It's the second highest I can roll.
All right. Should I do this? Yeah, why not? Hold on.
He shoots Seth in the face with his block.
Oh. Wait, how'd you get my gun? No.
It's just actually Evetta's gun. It's not a replica. He just somehow pulls out Evetta's gun.
Telekinesis right out of her pocket.
Okay. 27. Yeah. So.
Look, I've decided to do one thing, man. I can't do shit, but I can do this.
Okay. You see Bule kind of nods and says, let me make sure I use this word right. I always get these two mixed up. Hold on. No. Oh my god, I'm that bad at spelling. Quenie all of a sudden.
Yes.
Okay, buddy.
Not naming any names though. That'd be weird.
not calling
names,
it
but
out.
Quenie,
Like,
no.
I'm just. I turn into. I'm spelling like Quenie, but not calling it out. No. You hear him say, I sympathize greatly with the plight that is befallen your people, and I would be remiss to not acknowledge that I and many of my brothers have suffered a similar fate. We will agree to aid people of Dayston as best we can. However, if we are to do so, we will need a permanent place to stay. As far as we have been nomadish for a while.
Should we
If you offer
mention
us a
Fort
place within
Ballast?
Dayston, then we will gladly assist in every way we can.
I say, the people that we speak for are but a small portion of this city. And truthfully, they would not be the people to make such a call. However, it is of my opinion, my personal opinion, that were you to help liberate the city, they would be indebted to you to allow you such a place. And were they to not allow you refuge or a place to stay, then I don't think they could stop you if you tried to take it anyway. Additionally, if the city of Dayston is not to your liking, the Carmelian army is rallying forces north of here, which is where we plan on taking these civilians. If you want to accompany us, the Carmelians are shrewd enough that they would definitely see a potential ally in you, and I'm sure that they would make any amount of reparations. And Seth is saying that, but before we say that that's 100% canon, does Seth feel confident that that's correct? I just want to ask you and make sure. Based on what I know of Carmeli, I feel like that's something that they would do. Also, if they win the war and Dayston's like a crater in the ground, they could just give the Mountain Riders Dayston. Carmeli doesn't care. That's my assumption.
Yeah, you would assume, especially the current ruling family would definitely be open to taking in these folks.
Okay.
You think that's close for the most part. However, Bule says, well, if we must, I would not be opposed to accompanying you or escorting any allies and people who need it to Carmeli. However, I fear that for most of us here, we do not agree with their practices.
Understandable. If you do not mind...
You see, Yuangu kind of speaks up and he says, this port should do for now.
Okay.
It's a fine established base. I don't see why we could not turn this into a fort. And Beulah kind of turns around and he goes, well, except for all of the empty space here would make us open to attacks, but we could use this. We could use this port as a base for now.
How devious is Seth feeling?
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna roll a percentile for myself really fast. We're gonna see.
Oh no.
We're gonna see where I'm sort of ticking at the moment. We're gonna say 30% chance I offer this. I'm gonna subtle spell message to my boy Beardman.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, just sort of like while we're having this conversation, I'm gonna like divide my brain for a second. And message him without doing any sort of like outward spell casting. And I'm just going to say, take as much of the city as you want. It is yours for helping these people, and they are lucky to have you save them.
He turns to Beulah and he says, I believe he would like us to know, and then he repeats exactly what you said.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What?
Did you guys see a bird?
Nah.
For what it's worth.
I was like, is this a check?
Again, Seth is just like, you want a place to stay. Dayston's on fire. They are indebted to you if you can save their civilians. Take it. That's genuinely how Seth feels, but Seth understands that might not be a popular opinion, but he definitely thinks that if these people help out, they should be rewarded for it. And Dayston, probably use newer management anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that certainly was a sorcery point.
You can see Beulah just nodding. And brings his fingers up to his goatee, rubs it a bit. Then, in that case, we will leave for Dayston at dusk.
Can we just extrapolate? Actually, no. I say we.
I do not extrapolate.
I unextrapolate. I interpolate. I'll say to them, we, the people of Dayston that we would like to have escorted to the Carmelian border. We have a plan to get them out. The four of us were able to make it to your new home with some amount of difficulty, but are capable enough. Most of the people that we're trying to get out of the city are civilians. Our plan is to cause a distraction in the morning to draw the attention of the Ashmakers away from a secret exit out of the city, and then from there escort the people as far north to Carmeli as they're willing to go. I can see that they still have like all their guards and stuff around. I'm gonna just sort of like step a little bit closer, still with my hands up, just be like, may I approach and show you my map?
I actually did almost call him Beard Man.
Beard Man.
Yongu extends his hand forward. By all means.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll sort of like all the tension sort of releases and stuff for a second. It's like up until now, like he's in control of like the talking, but there's definitely there's like this through line of like he is tiptoeing as much as possible, and he's like exerting, like obviously he's like trying to manipulate them, but there's also the like if I fuck up I'm dead kind of like occurring. And then now after he says that, he, like all of that just sort of goes, and he's like, okay. And yeah, I'll walk up and I'll produce my map, and I'm gonna show him this, and I'll point to a spot along the wall is where we are going to set a bomb from the inside of the city. We're gonna punch a hole through the outer wall, the four of us, and we're going to draw the Ashmaker's attention away from here, and I'll like mark where the Ashmaker camp is on the outside. We're gonna draw them from this camp along the wall to where the bomb was. Our plan is to no longer be there by the time the Ashmakers find out they have an enormous hole in their wall. While the Ashmakers are distracted and over here, over towards the camp, and I'll like motion back towards the camp proper, but then like where the secret exit would be, here, there's a secret exit. That's where the civilians are going to leave from in the morning after the bomb goes off and they've confirmed the Ashmakers have left. We have two teams. Like I said, the four of us, and then basically everyone else will be at the other exit.
My. We're going on, you're just kind of just rubbing and stroking his beard. Well, so we have another strategist on our hands. As he kind of turns to Bule. Bule kind of just kind of gives him a side eye.
Seth immediately is like, "Oh no, please don't compliment me." He like sees the side eye, and Seth's like, "Oh, I'm sure whatever plan you had was just better, even far better." In fact, did you come up with this? No.
Bule kind of leans as he was leaning forward, like the map, and he kind of strands up. Well, certainly it seems you know what you are doing, and you know the city more than us. Your plan seems
Evetta waves.
not out.
Yeah. Actually, the city's all her. I claim no ownership or love for the city, but I've grown quite fond of its people. And then I point back at Evetta again.
I understand. Will we have time to discuss the plan again when we arrive? I'm afraid it's been a long day for most of our men. We have not actually slept.
Okay. Just so meta-wise, just so I, the player, understand, their goal is to get into the city.
Yes, they're
okay.
By dusk they are going to head for the city.
Okay.
I would say meta-wise, they also probably don't know how to get in.
Okay.
So
Okay. Then I'll say we can. You said dusk, and it's it's only like 4 or 5 hours, basically. Okay.
Yeah, give it to about
Okay.
6 at least.
Okay. I'll say I'll sort of look back at the three of you, and I'll say what do we think about staying here with them until dusk, and then making our way back into the city and into the Cager zone?
I make wonderful tea.
I would love some, actually.
All right, yeah, I'm.
What sort of tea do you
I'm
have?
fine with that.
That's what
It's just like, oh, fuck yeah.
Sorry, I don't know why that. The fact that I got a response out of everyone. That should have been as funny
It's
as it
like
was.
the perfect diffusal of this incredibly stressful situation.
Right, yeah. Evetta was just terrified.
Cut through the tension with a tea bag.
Oh
Um,
my god, no. Anyway,
No, you asked what kind of tea and you want a good response. Well, as we were back at home, I could prepare very exquisite, and I lost the voice for. If I went back out, no.
Oh, Jesus. Guiding.
If oh, if I was back at home, I could make.
Yes.
There's no way.
Sorry. I could
You
make.
falling asleep there, Grandpa?
Do you need,
Did say he
do you
was
need
tired.
sleep?
He did say he was tired.
I unfortunately do not have all of my ingredients, so the most I could make is green tea for now.
You got oolong?
But it is a mean green tea.
Oh, really, Grandpa? It's a me.
Mean green tea.
Okay, she.
I'm just sort of
Huh.
staring back
I-
at Zara and Dag, and he goes, "Yeah, so," and he points back down at the map. Here's where our hideout is. We're gonna stay with you until the evening. I've had a long day, and Steph's just gonna go walk. Like,
Oh, so wait, one moment.
you guys enjoy your tea. Huh?
Do you still happen to have that sending stone? Is it still with Tunar?
I think I got it back from Tunar.
I think so. Yeah. Just trying to get it
I
back. So
believe
you,
I
you guys
did,
have
'cause
both the sending stones.
Oh, you have
Yeah,
both
because the
sending
pl-
stones. Oh.
Yeah, the
believe
plan
so.
was I got it back from Tunar, and the plan was to give it to whoever was leading the other team in the next morning.
Mhm.
And I was probably gonna give it to Thayer, but I didn't give it to Thayer yet because I was not sure if Thayer would still be alive by tomorrow morning, so I was kind of holding on to it.
Oh, I see. Never mind.
So yeah, we
then.
don't have any way to communicate with them right now.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to let them know, but that can wait.
Yeah, I mean, us getting back, dusk is only a few hours from now, so us getting back after dusk wouldn't be the most unheard of thing, especially considering how late Harvin and Thayer have been coming back. I'm sure us coming back later is it's not out of the ordinary with how they've been operating, and they know that we're going to be back in time to leave in the morning, so they should trust us the way that we've trusted them, basically. I mean, if they
Okay.
don't, then I don't understand people as much as I thought I did.
Wait, so
But I have-
did that man
I have
say
confidence.
that these ashmakers were that used to be their brethren?
Yeah, I had heard Liliana mention something about that.
I suppose they'd be against us looting them, would they?
I just sort of look at the two men.
Oh, do you say that out loud?
If it kind of whispers that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
I assumed it was out loud unless stated otherwise. Okay, that's
Oh,
fine.
I'm sorry.
Well, make perception check, Steph and Evetta.
Perception.
Make perception checks.
Did he actually make the tea? No.
19.
15.
Okay. You see that the Ashmaker bodies have already mostly been looted.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Like it looks like
Yeah, you
you might have to fight them
Oh.
for whatever loot you want, but I'm sure they're into it.
I'll pass.
at this point it's now just you guys on the road, and you hear from a distance, well, are you going to join me for tea? As they're all walking back to the port.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, Dag will
I'll come.
follow them. Yeah.
I've heard of this green tea before. Farissa actually mentioned something about it.
You know, I haven't had
Alright.
tea in a couple years.
What did that caramel macchiato? No.
So, as you guys get back, I need to be right back.
You know, same. Me too. I'll be back.
Well, so I think the tea is safe.
Hey,
Yeah,
we
tea's
can talk to chat now. Hello, chat.
Oh what?
All right, in character, what type of tea does your character drink?
I don't
Chrysanthemum.
know tea. Oh.
Oh, fancy! Yo,
Oh,
Dag got
damn,
that like
okay,
Dag
guys,
got that
turn.
expert level tea taste. Let's go.
Let me look up fancy tea and then I'll get back to you.
Okay.
Oh, she
I
wasn't
feel
noble,
like-
so it makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like because Seph's a basic bitch, he'd probably get like a London fog or something.
They're all Asian names and I'm not that type of Asian, so I can't pronounce it.
What? You have to be a specific type of Asian to pronounce
Well,
a name?
I just can't pronounce it. Da Hung Pao
Duh.
is
Google Translate.
600,000 per pound. I don't think we have Asia in this world.
I don't know. So some of these guys, they got some cool names. I'm all saying.
I was gonna say this dude that we're talking to is Boule. I think.
You're right.
You know, he even looks kind of Asian from his picture.
Shout out Queenie for sandbagging Moonbeam this whole time. I had no idea you had that prepared for Zara. That's really great.
Yeah. So
Oh,
just, you know,
yes.
whenever you want to surprise Seth, you know, anytime.
Yeah, if you
I
ever
got
just want to
you.
like completely obliterate all of Seph's like self-confidence and probably trust in you, just Moonbeam him. See what happens.
Oh, I got you. I should have paid more attention because it's the second paragraph that describes it is for like disguised creatures.
Yep.
But I was like, it does radiant damage. Nice.
No, it's a really cool ability, but like No, I think it's a great spell. You should definitely run it. It's just like I like that you have it and you have a shapeshifter in the party. It's very funny to me. But yeah, if you ever want to start PvP really quick and
I
see how
got you.
Zara stacks up against Seph, just slam me with a moonbeam and see what happens.
You know what? Zara and Seth do have conflicting values. So
Uh-oh.
maybe. Oh.
Do they? I mean, I guess they kind
I mean, kinda, you know, just a little bit.
of do.
That walks in like,
Honestly,
no.
The more shit that happens, the more Seph is trending towards lawful evil. So we'll see what happens. I don't think my boys stay a true neutral for very long, unless like some fakes go well for him in the near future.
Zara's still in sponge mode, and I don't know when I'm gonna make her actually have a spine yet.
That's fair. Oh, honestly, I want this scene where Zara just like unloads on Seth and is like, "Listen up, you fucking weirdo."
Gosh, I'm still waiting for that too. That's pretty scary.
I may or may not have started thinking, but that's fair.
That's it.
Later.
So Amby, what type of tea in character does Evetta like?
Fruity black teas.
Nice.
Oh, we can just say. Oh, well, Zara likes white tea. Yes, but the good kind.
Yo.
Yo.
I know nothing about teas, bro.
About to say, I was like, there's a bad white tea.
Yeah, man, I like the white ones, but only the good ones.
There's no good whites, don't worry.
Just Just whatever you do not drink chamomile in the morning.
No.
Ugh.
I decided that because Seth is super basic and also a valley girl elf, that he likes London fogs.
Thought you were about to say English breakfast. Or Irish breakfast. You're like, oh my god.
All right, as somebody who currently has a box of Irish breakfast, I also have black tea. I actually have a really good. What is it? I got a really good peach tea too.
Oh, nice.
I've got peach turmeric herbal tea. So I'm a little basic, but I get the good stuff.
No, that's still good. That's still good.
But Seth is basic as fuck. I feel like Seth's the tea and coffee drinker that it needs to have cream and probably a syrup. I need the venti half cap double whip with extra like 3 pumps of vanilla and 5 shots of hazelnut.
Oh man, got a milkshake at that point.
Oh,
Right?
is Boulay offering?
Yeah, what flavor would you want your milkshake? Cookies and cream?
Just
All right.
like Boulay's like, you want a milkshake? I just immediately snap into elf form. Yes, please. Oh my god, yes.
Oh no.
Tedious.
The
There's no in
days.
between.
I will say,
The day Seth orders pumpkin spice, that's it. I'm dead.
you guys.
No, I feel like Seth
I'll
is
say that
even
you
worse
guys-
than the pumpkin spice. He's into like the peppermint.
the peppermint
I
mocha.
love peppermint.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that's good too. Anyway.
Sorry, what are we talking about? D&D? Fuck that game.
All right, you guys follow them back to the camp, and as you get back, you can see that most soldiers there's like these tents that are pitched up, and you see like rough bedrolls all strewn about under these tents. You do see Boulay, despite the fact that there is a perfectly fine like house right there, he does take one of the tents, and you can see that there's some other bedrolls beside him. You can see some soldiers like already, sleeping. It takes about, I'll say like roughly 20 to 30 minutes for Yuan Gu to get all the implements to make the tea, and then to actually make the tea, and then serve it and serve you guys each a small kind of brick-like small cup.
Mm.
I mean, more polished, not as rough as brick. Everyone,
heavy.
you all drink it. It's all right.
Yeah, we're not drinking
Um,
tree bark, are we? I'm kidding.
It's not. Yeah, it's not like straight up tree bark, but it's. The tea it's like. I mean, it's most of
It's
its
tea.
flavor is coming from the fact it's hot.
Oh.
It
Definitely
doesn't really
says
seem
under-
like it doesn't really
taste.
seem like he has the like really implements to make like good tea. It's just what he brings on the go. Especially since they said they were no banish.
I
And
need
maybe he
creamer.
burned all of his good stuff.
Oh.
Yes.
double you. He should share.
Seth just looks around for like cream and he just goes, oh.
Does this tea actually heal us?
No, it's just tea.
Darn. Can't take advantage of
but-
Bethesda logic.
But you guys you will spend most of the time with them. I will say you can, if you want, I will allow a long rest. And
Ooh.
you don't have to be like sleeping the whole time. It can just be like light activities. Just
Right,
given
okay.
the circumstances.
So
Yeah.
yes, the tea did heal us.
The tea did,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, yeah, you know
In
what?
the best way. Because Ryder's a wonderful person.
Yeah, Evetta would have actually taken this time
Slugs.
to like make some conversation or try to make conversation with Yuangu, but it's not like anything that meaningful
You can
because
see
she
that as
doesn't
he
know how to
serves
talk.
You can see that he serves the tea, and then when he puts the implements away, he kind of sits not next to you guys, like way across from you guys. You can see he pulls out this kind of way across the side. You can see there seems like an ink bottle, and then a large a brush in like to the side, and another smaller bottle looks like it has like this kind of diluted water, and then a kind of canvas on some kind of like wooden slate. And after he serves you guys tea, he doesn't make he doesn't make one for himself. But you can see he goes to this other side, like across from you guys, the other side, and he picks up the brush and this wooden slate with the canvas, and it looks like he looks like drawing.
Seth, what is
But
he
it's
doing?
a rather like large like brush. It's not like a thin brush. It's kind of a larger brush.
Think he's painting?
Is he painting?
I'm just gonna go walk over to him while I sip my tea.
Evetta follows.
Okay, you walk over to him, and it seems he's
Calligraphy?
you see that he seems to essentially be writing seems like characters of assumedly his language. It's essentially like calligraphy, and he's drawing like the equivalent of like Chinese characters. You can see he has great control over the brush. Very smooth. It's kind of entrancing to watch, actually.
Yeah, are we just standing there just
Zara
watching him?
approached too.
It's kind of hypnotizing to watch. I mean, it's
I'll
like
ask
It
it's
kinda
him,
is,
say-
yeah.
extremely smooth.
So I'll ask him. I'll say, "What are you writing?"
Oh, just things that remind me of home.
I know the feeling.
Where did you say your people were from? You've been nomads for a while, but
Well, we are from a far island. We're not from here, and we had to flee because of colonizers. You can see
Oh, so
there's like
you-
this deep hatred that kind of seems like that's like within him, and the rather calm expression on his face is like ever so slightly drops a bit.
so you're not from the old world?
I was about to ask, yeah.
I'm not familiar what is the old world.
Oh, interesting. What's the name of the island that you come from?
Well, sorry, I just thought, I just thought I was like, what do I respond with
This
China?
island.
Boston City? No, I'm kidding.
Well, I don't know, but an accurate translation would be into your tongue. A direct translation would just be the mother of lands, would be the direct translation, but that is probably not, well, again, not accurate.
Seth, have you heard of an island like that?
I was actually gonna ask. Yeah, can I try to see if I have heard of this in
That's-
history
That's
class?
pretty vague.
Okay.
You've seen a lot of cities call their country like the motherland or the fatherland. That's pretty vague. It's
Yeah.
not that, unfortunately.
Like I knew who the mountain riders are. Did I know that they were like originally not from the New World?
As far as you recall, there's not an agreed upon where they were from.
Yeah, it'd probably be something that like they would
It's-
pass down, but like we wouldn't have.
Yeah, that or it's a lot of different like cultures and different people mingling together, and then they eventually formed a new group.
Yeah. Okay.
You've seen some sources say that they are natives to this island, to this continent.
Mhm.
You've seen others suggest that they're not. That the patterns of their language or their culture could be traced back to a different island. There's a lot of arguing in the historical, like, in the
Yeah.
history sphere about where these guys actually come from.
Yeah, I'll tell Evetta. It's of some debate back home, actually. It's not something that anyone has unfortunately been able to come to conclusion on. And I imagine, and I look at him as he's sort of like, writing, and I'll say, it'd be something that'd be passed down, but not necessarily to my people.
Oh, okay. I see. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you had to flee from your home. I suppose that's something that we both share.
Yeah, a lot of that going around, actually. looks at Evetta, looks at Self, looks at Zara, kind of looks at Dag, kind of shrugs in Dag's direction. And I'll tell him we have a lot in common as it turns out.
Indeed. We do share more than, well, the Ashmakers, so that's definitely a positive.
Speaking of them, is there any thought to trying and saving them or turning them back from this path that they've gone down, or what's sort of your conclusion?
I'm afraid not. That is not possible.
Okay.
For it was dark magic that converted them.
Oh,
We have tried. And druids of our own have tried. But whatever guards their soul to salvation, whatever clouds their beliefs, is not something that we have the strength or the tools.
If you don't mind my asking, what do you believe happens in your traditions? What is it you say that happens after one's soul departs their body? After you kill them, where do they go?
Well, depends on the kind of man he was in his life. If he was a warrior, then he rises to the great temples where they can eternally battle. If he was more of a, well, let's say, painter, then his soul walks to the city beyond time, where they can endlessly pursue their goals and their dreams.
Then I hope that, regardless of whatever this dark magic has made them now, that the person who was goes to wherever they should be come tomorrow.
I certainly hope so. Well, enough of this drab talk. I'm tired. As he starts to put away his tools. Not put away, he just kind of sets them down. You can see.
I hope you have a good
stands
rest.
Up, kind of pats his hands, stretches his back a little bit.
Oh, my back. So
before
do you know what sort of spell would actually do that upon people? Is there a way to wrest control back?
It depends on how powerful the magic is, and what it is that's causing it. If it's the Scorched King himself exerting control, even from another plane, then something like that can only be stopped by killing the Scorched King. If it's just some manner of enchantment on them, then theoretically, dispelling the magical effect could have use. But if it's an artifact, or if something is producing the effect on them, dispelling them would do nothing. And my hypothesis there is that's not the case, and it wouldn't work anyway. Because if it was something as simple as dispelling the magic that was on them, well, then they wouldn't have been able to be in the city at all. and they were clearly
Mhm.
walking around and attacking people before they disabled the orb a few hours ago. So my thoughts are there's something greater that's causing this effect. I
Does
don't
it
know
have
if it's
anything
the
to do
Scorched
with
King.
those larger ash makers, gold or glowing hearts? Did you notice that they would glow? What is that?
Um,
Is that like a conduit? Is that the source of the I don't know, the control?
About the glow. When we found
Hmm?
your mother, Evetta, was her chest also glowing, or was it just a glowing object that was on the table with her?
There was a
It was the
crystal above
crystal.
her.
Oh,
Yeah, she was missing her heart at the time. Oh, wait, that's
Um,
right. You said that crystal had something to do with magically suspending her.
well, the crystal had a fire elemental in it, and it was giving her presumably the power that she needed. Well, or giving her body the power that it needed
Oh,
to
so it was
sustain
merely a
her.
container. Okay.
As for the glow in their chest, meta-wise, writer, my thoughts on this were that that was just like the engine that like makes them impervious or resistant to flame damage that allows them to explode like that. But if it's not that simple, could I Arcana to see if there's more to it than that?
Just make an Arcana check.
21.
21.
You know, aside from that nat 1, I've been rolling really well today. And I'm ready to die. And after I hit my head, I've been doing great, I gotta say.
So most of what you said is true. And there's bits of the elements of the armor that are also playing into the resistance when it comes to the resistance.
Yeah.
However, when you notice the glowing hearts, it almost feels as if that it's not magically done. In fact, these kind of transformations are akin to more of deals with the patron, or full on like corruption.
Oh.
Like it's as if the entire being is different.
Yeah. And we know that the Scorched King, or because the actual Scorched King was defeated, and this is like the Scorched King's like scion, right? That they're like sort of
Basically, yeah.
worshipping now. And we know that he's trapped in the elemental plane of fire, right?
As it currently stands, yes. No one,
Okay.
at least, yeah, as of current intel sense, that is where he is.
Okay. Would it stand to reason then with the 21 that like, so they're like, he would be their patron, and this power that they're getting would be coming from not only just him, but in the same way that they're able to like trap and contain a fire elemental for Avetta's mom. Are they like, they're tapping into the elemental plane as well at this point, aren't they?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
You
Then
can
yeah,
get the
I
sense that
will-
is how some of them are also able to cast spells way faster than they should be.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'll turn to. You'll see Seth like sort of think about it, and like you can tell that he hasn't really like specifically considered like where their power is like coming from, and he's just like he keeps like he starts to pace, and he goes, I didn't think on the hearts that much at first. I thought I
Sorry.
could have sworn it was just, huh? And then he like gets lost in like he's like talking to himself, but also like through the problem out loud. And then he just sort of turns to you and he says, "I think they're channeling the elemental plane of fire. They're channeling the scion of the Scorched King. I don't know if they're warlocks necessarily, but they're tapping into power from beyond the material plane. It's not that they're just conduits.
Oh, okay.
They're commanding this power that is far above their pay grade. And I don't think that they're aware of what that means. When a warlock enters a pact, there's very strict rules in place so that the warlock doesn't immediately crumble from being subject to that much power. Because they're ordinary. I mean, not like that, but like I like point at Dag. It'll be like it's like if somebody who didn't have magic potential was suddenly just given a massive amount of magical power. The body wouldn't know what to do with it. Wizards train, sorcerers are imbued with it from birth. But that level of arcane power, there needs to be rules in order to keep it from destroying and annihilating the body. The fire it's consuming them. They're being given power on a scale and from a place that they should not have access to, or at the very least they should not have as much access to as they do. I've known warlocks, and usually patrons are, they're not 100% upfront, but they keep rules in place so that the people that they make pact with, that their warlocks just don't immolate and explode. The Scorched King is not so kind. He doesn't care. In fact, it's probably part of the plan that some number of them are lost, because it means that he can pump them full of more power this way. I don't know.
Oh, sorry, Seth. I just wanted to say that while you talk about, the making sure that the warlocks their bodies get used to the power, Zara kind of gets a bit cagey. She crosses her arms and she crosses her legs. She begins to look at the ground, but she continues to listen.
And yeah, he's even that must be, the hearts must be acting as some way to allow this massive influx of power. I don't know how one would deal with removing it without immediately sending the body into shock.
I see. Darn. So the way they would be converted is by accepting this pact? But
You have
they're not
to
quite
accept the pact.
warlocks. Well, okay,
Well, yeah, if they're not quite warlocks, I'm sure rules are being bent here, regardless, because we've already seen them do things that they should not be capable of. So rules are definitely being bent.
We haven't exactly witnessed anyone actually being converted either. Only met them afterward, so...
Actually, when you say that, can I, with sort of thinking back on that Arcana check, like Sep's fucking gears are turning now. And so she specifically says we haven't seen anybody converted. Can I put 2 and 2 together and think that the state of being that Evetta's mom was in, was that like sort of not the prototype, but like the stage before what the Ashmakers are? Like, if she was left there like that and Ionin continued to do whatever he was doing, would she have ended up like one of them?
Go ahead and make a straight intelligence check.
I am pretty dumb, but I roll really well. 16.
16. While that is a possibility, it could have just been experimentation.
Okay.
However, that is a lot of resources, especially for what is essentially just like a commoner, not in status, but like in stats.
Yeah,
All of the ones that have hearts are the warriors, and those are, those were all more or less mountain riders who have a reputation of being very deadly. The soldiers, they don't. They look normal.
Got it,
They look just normal, just wearing armor. So while that is a possibility, he must have been trying something else.
I haven't looked at that rune that I scratched down yet.
You haven't?
Yeah. I'm gonna pull that out and I'm gonna look at it.
Okay.
Like just sort of like while we're talking, at this point Sepp's like full in the zone, like books are out. He pulls out the parchment that he like scribbled down on, and he's like, he's sitting on the ground, like probably crisscross applesauce with like several tomes, like his pack's just open. And he just has like several books around him, and he's like, wait a second, and he grabs that parchment. Yeah, I want to look at this rune that I etched from that table.
Did
What
Evetta
that
also
rune
look?
do? I mean,
Um,
Sepp's not hiding
sure.
anything.
So, bits of the rune you already understand.
Mm.
For one thing, it's a very standard frame that you do see like a lot, but then the actual inscriptions and markings in the center of the rune are dramatically different. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
I'm gonna fail one of these. It's probably gonna be this one.
Can Evetta help Seth?
+4. Oh, can you please? Yes.
I would say, unfortunately, this is way out of Avetta's like.
Darn. She has
Okay, this
high
is-
intelligence, but all right.
That is way
No, this
smarter than
is
Sepp.
magic. This is
Yeah.
magic you've never encountered before.
Okay.
Damn.
Can I guidance myself?
Can I also guidance
hmm.
Seth?
I mean,
Well,
if
I
I'm
can't
trying to
stack.
think about it.
I also got it.
Oh no, you can't. You can't stack it. You can't. Stack
Oh,
it.
darn it.
But no, I mean, if
Um,
Sepp's pulling it out, he's gonna think about it. He'd be like, "Bam."
Sure. Okay. Fine. You can guide. Yeah, you guidance yourself.
All right. With all of that, it's a total of 12.
Okay.
Darn it.
With a total of 12.
I mean, it's not the worst.
It's not the
very
worst. It's not the
good.
worst. You look at the inscriptions. You think about it for a while, and then you realize something. In order to capture a fire elemental, right? You know that you would need to be in the fire elemental plane. You can't really bring it out. It's not in terms of capturing. You can enslave it, but if you want to capture in a gem like this, you got to be in the plane itself.
Yeah.
However, if he's using this table to fill the soul gem, or not, wow, Skyrim, Jesus.
He admits it. I fucking knew it.
If he was using this table to actually capture a gem, that would be kind of impractical to always haul a table with you. The enchantment table with you. You slowly realize that the rune is not made, and I'll say like given time, you kind of begin to understand like the rune marking. It's not actually made to capture an elemental in the fire plane. Rather, it siphons some kind of life force and then emplaces it.
Got it.
Which would essentially mean that he was somehow keeping Evetta's mom in a weird state of like limbo, where she's like being kept alive, but also her life force is somehow being taken.
Okay.
Go ahead and make one more history check, if you could real quick.
Is that a guidance me?
Oh, Evetta touches Seth's shoulder. Guidance.
Sure.
Dude, I'm just gonna complete non sequitur in BG3. Literally every roll, guidance. They fucking throw that shit at you. It's incredible. Shadowheart's just out here handing out guidance like fucking Tic Tac. That'll be a 17.
17. Okay. You kind of hit. You recall that, for one, he has this siphoning kind of enchantment, and then you remember there was a rune actually established on the back of the wall in that altar room that you had found Ambetta's mom in. Now, it didn't look particularly interesting because there was no inscriptions on it from afar. It looked like just like the basic frame for a rune. You remember, as you stepped closer, it kind of caught your eye, because it all happened so quickly. There was no time to think. You went to go to the enchantment table, and then the fireball glyphs blew up, and then it brought the whole ceiling down, and it basically covered the back wall from like bottom to top, right, from ceiling to floor. But you remember, you saw that it was a huge rune. It was a size well, essentially the size of the average height of like a human. Well, he was a dwarf, but you recall that there's so few cases of that because the glyphs that exploded are much smaller. They're much smaller. There's no use for them being that big. There's only a few cases for a rune that big, and it would be teleportation circles.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know where the other end of it is, but
Yeah, the idea is
there
that he has to
seems to-
teleport.
Yeah. See, he's siphoning the life force, and yeah, ostensibly some form of teleportation works its way in there. Either, maybe he teleports and he gives it to someone way far away, or maybe someone comes there's like you now recall that there was a teleportation circle in there.
Yeah, and it all stands to reason that like the stuff that was being done to Evetta's mom, the teleportation circle, the fire elemental, the plane of the elemental plane of fire, these hearts, like it all kind of fits in together in some way.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's maybe like one or two pieces of the puzzle that are missing.
Yeah.
But it's beginning to like come together.
Yeah, so you just sort of hear Seth, just to like speed this along, you definitely like you hear Seth like muttering basically all of this like under his breath, just like, and I feel like he's doing the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia meme where he's got like the like all of the
red like
exactly yeah. And he's like like connecting all the dots and like in the middle in like big font it just says elemental plane and he's just like yes no he's just so he's like he just keeps saying bits and pieces of like what Ryder and I were just like discussing out loud, and he's just like he's using some form of, he's probably the warlock. He has to be the only one who has a true pact, at least that we've seen, and he's using the plane itself. Hearts are a conduit. Why don't I have any of the conjuration eggheads here with me? My God. I had a wizard. Got it. Well, they're not around. I could probably say
what?
that they
the-
know the answer.
For the hell of it, everyone go ahead and make it. Why not? Maybe this is gonna be railroading, but go ahead, everyone go ahead and make a history check.
Okay.
I guidance myself.
Yeah, if you can cast guidance, you get it.
There
Oh, I cast guidance on myself.
you go. 16.
16, okay. I'm better.
God, my proficiency bonus is all the heavy lifting on my history.
11.
26.
11, Zara 26.
Yeah.
Jesus, girl,
I'm
what the
proud
fuck?
of that history.
You
Why is Zara
recall
so
because Zara, you recall because it was in the midst when you were learning arcane magic. You remember there was a use for crystals with life siphoned into them centuries ago. The reason the chaos calamity had occurred was because a bunch of wizards, very cocky wizards, were experimenting with them, and they used the energy, the positive energy within them, within these essentially life crystals, to open a rift that allowed the god of chaos to break through the barrier that separates each plane. It opened a rift that allowed him to escape into the material plane. And it clicks with you. They're trying to make a rift to an elemental plane of fire. Ionin is ostensibly siphoning life from Evetta's mom. He has a teleportation circle.
Sheesh!
Do you tell the party?
I do. Sorry, I was taking
Okay.
notes. So, guys, I'll actually type like, sorry.
My tea's cold? It's like...
Oh my god! So I think, so...
Do you have pie?
Oh my god! I think, he's like doing the thing with, he's taking
this-
people.
Oh my god.
Anyways, this reminds me of something that happened back in the old world, and Zara just proceeds to talk about how the wizards opened the rift to the chaos and let the chaos calamity know. So you know what I'm
I'll say-
saying.
The second that you
Oh.
mention chaos calamity, Seth like drops whatever he's holding and just gets like a little too close, and he's like, "What else do you know about the chaos calamity?"
Seth?
You know about the chaos calamity? They talk
I-
about that in the New World?
I know
I've
a
never
little
heard of
bit
this.
about it. I know that I know that it was vaguely like something that happened in the old world, and that there's still followers of the chaos calamity, and I know
So
part of
I
who's
will say
orchestrating it.
I will say I did end up changing the lore around. So Seth should probably know a little bit more about the Chaos Calamity. I would say Evetta would maybe know of the term. But
Oh, okay.
I'm willing to say it's not talked to actually. Yeah, you know what? It's concerned the whole because I ended up fleshing these out, changing things. So I will say Evetta and Seth, you do know it. It was a pretty disastrous event.
I was that I had
okay.
learned a little bit about it in my dream space.
In the for you, Seth, you remember it was the start of Carmeli's, or what would have been Livernius, but Carmeli's separation from the basically the empire that was funding it, that was funding the whole colonization project. It's like if the American Revolutionary War went very quietly rather than like an actual
Got it.
war. Essentially, the Chaos
It's like
Colony
Canada.
forced the Chaos Colony forced the Diamond Coalition to stop funding Livernius because there was word of a great calamity had struck the old world, and they could not send any more money. Otherwise, they themselves would have collapsed. The general gist of it's taught differently in different spheres. The general gist is that a rift was opened, the god of chaos came through, and shattered the barrier that protected the material plane. Essentially allowing every other god to interfere. All the gods of the hells, the gods of evil, of course the upper plane gods had to interfere. And they couldn't let they weren't going to just let the material plane just be utterly destroyed. It's described, the Chaos Calamity when it was happening was described as like the flow and the dynamic of positive and negative energy flipping. Underdark creatures and aberrations began to just roam on the surface, and they could feel, they weren't like more began to roam the surface. Random portals would open where demons would just step through into it was like, like anarchy had basically struck, and then every magical force possible was like fighting each other. That is it. I want to say that's probably the gist of what everyone knows. Then it gets different depending on where you were taught it. Evetta probably has a very bastardized and propagandized version. She was taught that evil arcane wielders had opened a portal with the intent to destroy the world, and they almost succeeded if it weren't for the silver light, which
Okay.
meta-wise, that's technically not wrong, but it is very like it's heavy-handed.
Yeah.
You would
In
know.
their version, Silverlight was like the only upper plane. Probably.
Yeah.
What Carmeli would have taught was, for one, it did not end up affecting the New World much. And it tries to keep a more neutral kind of stance on it, in the way that it was like, here's like what we definitely know happened. And so you know that it was wizards who opened the rift. Their motives were not known. You can draw as many conclusions as you want, but there's no definitive proof of what they were actually trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
Um,
And they're probably all dead now.
oh yes, 100%. You know that yes, the god of chaos did indeed basically invade the old world, and yes, it was at the hands of the Silverlight, the Titan Father, and the Blinded Maiden and their champions that did kill him, like for good.
Okay.
They actually did kill him.
Would I?
There is some relevance. So the one major relevance to the New World for what would be Livernius is that this calamity caused a lot of people to flee the old world, right? And so a lot of people found the New World this way. A lot of just all kinds of people. Maybe essentially a lot of refugees came to Livernius. And in a weird way, Carmelia has, in large part, it in a weird way, it owes the Chaos Calamity its current population. Of course, there would be 344 years after the Chaos Calamity would be the 1,000 Nights of Death.
Yeah.
Which was and it could take a catastrophic event for Livernius itself. But it still retains now Carmelia still retains a high population. Again, due to the massive influx of refugees who fled from the old world.
Okay. So I learned bits and pieces of this that you've now elaborated on. When you were telling me the bits and pieces that I did know, there was one particular person that came up. Would I know where they fit in to this? Or do I just know that they were involved in some way? Okay.
You remember that 2 cities were raised because of them.
Okay.
Just in it was
Was it them specifically or their agents?
It was them and their agents. Basically, I'm at this point I'm stealing from I bet you can guess what, but he more or less opened a massive portal that allowed the entire army to march through, and that much was not enough for either city to overcome.
Got it. Okay. It stand to reason then that there were probably a lot of different factions, all evil aligned, that were simultaneously pushing for this.
Oh yeah,
okay.
You know that it wasn't a good versus evil. I mean, it kind of was, but pretty much everyone who was considered evil was kind of on their own side.
Yeah. Okay. So it was just
the
sort of more
demons, the demons of the hells and the aberrations of the Underdark were fighting each other a lot of the time.
No, I mean more along the lines of the people who were opening these gates, the person that I know of, and also these other wizards. That's just more of hey, we all want the same goal. Let's just tear open the plains and then we'll go about our own business type thing.
I will say that the relevance of the figure that was in your dream that did come much later in the Chaos Calamity.
Got it. Okay.
And just that happened. It happened for one. It happened basically without a hitch, and so successfully after the barrier was shattered.
Got it. Okay.
One kind of a tidbit is that there was a new god that did come out of this whole calamity. The Titan Father is the father of the Luminant Vanguard. The Luminant Vanguard is just the god of bastion and light.
Got it.
He's basically the god of protection. The Titan Father was mortally wounded in the fight, and he had basically had to retreat to his own plane. And so you know that if you see someone who worships the Titan Father, they're either, I mean, it could either mean they're really old or they know their history.
Got it. Okay. Boomer got heard. So yeah, Steph just like, I guess Steph knows a little bit more than I thought he did. But yeah, like the second
Same.
Zara mentions like the chaos calamity, Steph is just like, we can't. He just begins like sputtering and fragments. At this point, he's probably like, he probably like has his hands on like Zara's shoulders because he's just like, we need to stop. Sorry. And he like pulls off.
They were using those crystals to open a rift? Oh, so that's how they...
not a big one. They couldn't, but
they
they're
couldn't.
achieving similar end goal, but they only need one that's Scorch King size. Oh Jesus.
Oh no.
Oh, Silverlight. I guess Seth's curse would be like, oh, order. Balance.
You see, my Ionin was trying to do that with my mother?
Well, she was probably one of many that he was siphoning life from to fuel this. I imagine these hearts that these warriors have act as a similar sort of conduit. He fills them up with power from the elemental plane, and in turn, their mortal life force is transferred to open this rift.
All of you begin to hear this whining sound
Great.
coming
What's that?
from further inland, not towards the beach, but further inland, kind of into the forest, it seems.
Whining and what, like
Oh,
a
yeah,
siren, or
Yeah.
or like a baby crying, like a really big baby.
It does seem to be that of some kind of animal crying.
Hey,
How far away does it sound?
Yeah, how far?
You would guess anywhere from 100 to 200 feet.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just like way in the distance. Have we had our long rest at this point?
Yeah, why not?
okay.
Why not? Yeah.
I'll look over at. Oh, is Boulay like asleep? Is he just like passed out in front of his easel?
No, Bulay, the bun man, is in a tent, and you can see there are about 4 other soldiers just sleeping beside him. Yuan Gu is.
Okay. Sorry.
He's kind of like resting against, kind of like leaned up against the stone tower, and it looks like he's got like some small, almost hand-sized pillow he's like resting on, and the glaive is like right next to him.
Would
Okay.
Zara be able to... I'm so sorry, Queenie. Would Zara be able to determine what sort of creature would make that kind of sound?
That's a good question. Can Zara figure that out?
Go ahead and make a survival check.
Can I pull my spyglass out and try to get a look at it if it's only like 200 feet away?
7.
Human baby.
It sure is an animal. It's well, it's not like it's definitely got the characteristics of what seems to be kind of bird-like.
It's
bird-like?
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 Well, I love birds.
Oh,
pull out-
Zara
Zara.
sprints over there.
Go ahead and make a perception check with advantage.
Okay.
SF, because you're using the spyglass.
With that spyglass. Oh, thank God it was that advantage, because one of those is a nat 1. 16. Oh my God.
16. Okay. In the low, it's a bit hard to see. It's becoming dusk. You can still see. I mean, the beautiful orange light is still enough, but you can see past. There looks like to be the way that this terrain goes. It's like a hill that goes up, and then it looks like it dips back down. So you can see like behind some trees a kind of big shape, and looks like to be like arrows. And occasionally you see this figure moving that like moves enough where like its head pops up beneath like the hill, and then it
I
dips
swear
back
to
down.
God if this is what I think it is.
But you can't exactly like make it out.
You fucking. All right. About how long do I think we have until they wake up and want to make it to the city? Do we have enough time to just go briefly, like, take a look at this?
Yeah, probably about like probably still have about like an hour, 30 minutes to an hour, maybe
Okay.
more. Actually.
All right. Yeah, let's go take a quick
Evetta
peek.
wants
But
to go check
I
it
want
out.
to. Yeah, I want to be back to leave as soon as possible so we can get them to the cage or so.
Okay. All right. You all make towards the sound, and it gets louder. And again, it's yeah, definitely not a human baby.
I swear
As
to
you
God,
get
Ryder.
closer,
Yeah.
I think I know exactly what this is.
as you get closer, you see, laying on its side, dried blood, arrows
No.
riddled with it, a slacked face of an owlbear.
Yep.
And you see
Is it a
what
cub?
looks like to be an owlbear cub just like pressing on the mother's face and is
Oh no.
just whining.
Oh no! Come
Here
on.
we go.
Oh.
Well,
Let me
time to
make-
put it out of its misery.
Oh.
Yeah, so
let me
out of game,
let
out
me
of game.
make that big one.
Yes. Here's
Dag,
the
eat it.
Where's the blood? Oh.
There you go.
Oh.
Oh no!
Evetta carefully steps up to it. She doesn't. Would she? No, she would know what this is. Hang on, wait.
We ran away from one. We saw one in like the second episode.
Is that? It's only a baby.
Zara, you are not allowed to look after this one.
Why not?
Where's beef, Zara?
It's cause he just was not cool enough. They wouldn't dare let go of an owlbear. They're too scared.
Evetta
Come
is
on,
still
we
trying
can-
to approach the little baby owlbear, hoping not to scare it.
Go ahead and make a stealth check.
I got. Where's my stealth? 21.
21, all right. Yeah, you do manage to get within arm's reach.
Is the owlbear hurt? The baby, the cub.
You do see on its the top of like its right palm. Wait.
Huh? Palm.
um,
I mean,
you
they
said on the
kind of do have paws.
Oh,
Homes.
paws. Yes, but palms.
Yeah. On the top of its like right paw, you do see what looks like to be a wound of some kind
Oh,
On the baby?
on the baby. Yeah,
on the baby.
and it's just kind of like sitting, just like sitting down. Its hind legs just stuck forward, and it every few seconds ago, every seconds or so, like pushes again on like the mom's face before it.
If I scoops it up,
Goes
no,
back to try.
no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Yeah, what's Zara and Steph doing?
So I take a bit of my croissant and I no.
My
I don't think-
argument is
Oh, I forgot. Ah.
I have the Oath of the Ancients, so that means that definitely means that it's my obligation to take care of her animals.
I was gonna say,
Can she
Seth has
speak?
no strong feelings one way or another towards this creature, and Seth's just sort of like, okay. Like, I don't think Seth actually, like, Seth is probably more concerned, like, if that thing grows up, it'll kill everything.
We'll train him.
You have to
Just
feed it.
Can't
and water
you
it and
trust my
walk it.
training skills?
Yeah, so that we
Your
have totally
track
seen.
record is dubious.
No.
Not that I don't think you don't deserve a second chance.
Zara, Steph, do you have anything on you that it could eat? Maybe we
I mean,
could
its
persuade
its
it with
mother's
food?
right there.
No,
Its
No.
mother's right
Steph,
there.
no, we're not doing
That's-
that.
Okay, time out. That's literally how this works, though. Okay, time back in. I'm gonna push my glasses up and tilt my
Yeah,
fedora.
that is
In
kind
Baldur's
of.
Gate 3, that's literally how this goes. And
Yeah,
also,
Evetta
this is a
would not
wild
know
animal.
that.
It would 100% do that.
Okay, can I? Oh, I feel so bad. Okay, can I approach the little one?
Okay. And what are you doing?
I'm just gonna try to. I have
Are you able to speak
zero
with animals?
understanding. I can. I don't know if they can understand me because
Oh,
they're
shoot.
baby.
Oh.
Oh my
Your
god.
choice.
I will. I'm gonna cry if it doesn't like me. I will cast Speak with Animals,
Okay.
and I will talk to the animal.
Okay. You cast Speak with Animals. Before you even walk up, in kind of layered with the crying, you can hear like me hungry.
Oh no.
Mama, wake up.
God.
Me hurt. And that's what you hear before you get to actually like speak with it. So now you get to speak with it. So what do you want to say?
Hold
no.
up, give me a sec, I'm thinking.
Okay, we're pausing.
Oh my god. Oh god. I'll approach the little
Okay,
the
as
little
you
baby.
also as you get closer, and because you are not making an attempt to be stealthy, it does.
Hold up, let me finish. I have my palms out and I'm just
Let her cook, bro.
slowly. No, let me cook. Let me simmer. I'm gonna walk with I'm gonna drop my shield and my weapons, not in front of the grown
Okay.
owl bear, but like near Evetta and Seth. I'm just gonna approach it very slowly, and if it looks like it's getting intimidated, I'm gonna slow down and just wait for it to calm down again before I start moving, and I'll approach her and be like, "It's okay, little one."
Okay, so because you drop your stuff and you don't approach silently, it does hear you, and I would say you're about like 10 feet away from it, and it like slowly turns around. You can see the fur that's like right underneath, like the eye is like matted, right? Is that the right word? You do see like it is like wet. And as you approach, go ahead and make an animal handling check.
Oh God.
But Evetta need to do that too, since she's like at arm's length.
What are you doing
So
with
was
the?
planning to pet, just to.
Sorry.
Yeah, if you're wanting to pet, I would say you also need to make an animal handling check. Would you get, Zara?
Go to 21.
21.
Oh shoot!
Okay.
No, I got a 6.
6. Okay. So you approach with your hands out, Zara, and as you kind of kneel down and say it's okay, it understood you because you can speak with animals, and there's like this brightness that flares up in its eyes, and it like takes a step towards you, and then when it goes to pet it, the shadow of
She was crouched, but okay. Well, oops.
Well, I mean, you still have a shadow because
Oh, I see.
The fire, the shadow of Avetta's arm reaching out, kind of scares it, and you see it. It doesn't run away, but it jerks away from Evetta.
Oh, sorry.
So it would be more. So if it was like this, right? If we make a move over here like this, it kind of like jerked away from
Yeah.
Evetta, and as it did so, it tripped over something.
Oh no! Oh no!
and it's just laying on its side.
Can't believe Evetta killed an owlbear.
I did no such thing.
Are you hurt, little one? It's okay. I can help you. I can help you.
I can fix him.
No! Oh no! Oh!
Okay, what are you doing, Zara?
Okay, I'm gonna talk to them and I'll be like, I think it'd be best if we approach one by one. I don't want to scare them. And then I'll talk back to the owlbear and I'll say, shut up! No, I was to the owlbear.
You just hear Zara scream, "Shut up!" because Dad is snoring too loud.
No.
Do we have any food?
I don't know, but I don't care. I'll find some for it.
I'll message Zara so as not to be speaking too loud, and I'll say I have 10 rations on me that I pulled off of those ash makers from earlier.
Can I talk back or do I just nod?
Yeah, you can. No, you can talk back.
Yeah, you can message
You can
back,
send
yes.
one message back to me.
A single sentence.
Make use of those. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll pull one out from my pack. Seph's not moving because Seph does not trust themselves around a small owl bear, and also just this isn't Seph's scene. And he just places it in front of him in the grass and takes a couple of steps back away from it. But yeah, I'll mark a ration off of my inventory.
Okay.
Okay, I'll approach it with I'll stay where I am, and then I'll make my hands glow to kind of signify healing. Nope. Yes. Lay on hands. And I'll be like, I can help you. I can help you, as long as you let me.
Okay. As you begin to kind of glow off, show your hands that can glow. It kind of has a confused look. Is also trying to process what you said.
Oh.
But it sees the food, slowly makes its way to the food instead, and as it does so, you do hear it saying food, me hungry.
It's for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, and it sits there just chewing at the food in tiny bites.
Oh. Evetta feels bad for scaring it, so she's just watching it from a distance.
At this, yeah, it's just kind of now sitting, just chewing on
Except
the
Seth
on the
is
ration.
way far away. No.
You just from the distance.
What's the big owl bear doing?
It's dead.
It's dead.
Oh, I forgot.
Decaying? I don't. Oh my god. What's the big owl bear doing? Not a whole lot.
Yeah, not much at all.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I thought it was just shy.
Do you not see the X's over its eyes?
I do, but maybe it's just angsty.
What in? Oh, okay. Yes, because X's over eyes generally means angsty.
Well,
Yeah.
so Evetta asks Zara, do these owlbears not like being touched?
All I could hear it say was it's hungry.
Oh.
And then it's scared and wants its mama.
So this entire time, Sep's just just going, why are they making friends with a monster? It turns into a 5,000-pound murder machine.
That can help us.
If we can train this.
It's another
raise it up,
liability. We're trying to leave
then-
the city in the morning.
I wonder if we could eventually. Yeah, what if it is on our side? We'd have another fighter with us.
It's not a fighter. It's a child. it's gonna die tomorrow.
Don't say that.
I'm just being realistic. We're trying to have a very careful, calculated, coordinated plan, and we're introducing a 800-pound baby. We're gonna be setting a bomb off tomorrow. Like, it's not. The last thing that we need is an innocent child in the form of a small murderous owl bear.
Well, this is after my expertise. I have no idea, but it's so cute. I can't help it.
Do lone owl bear cubs survive on their own? This is like a meta question.
Well, if you're asking meta-wise, I feel like it's gonna differ depending on. I mean,
They can.
yeah, it's possible. Yeah, they can, but you know, does Zara know that? It's
I don't know. I feel like Zara spent some time in the wild, though.
I mean, being Oath of Ancients, that's not a far stretch.
Yeah.
yeah, sure. I
Also, just so
would-
we're clear, Seth is the one down on this, not me, the player. I'm 110% into this, and I'm not here to poo-poo your fun. But Seth's a stick in the mud right now. You're not getting
One
fun,
squid,
Seth.
zero Seth.
Yeah. Fun Seth hasn't arrived yet. You get stick in the mud, Seth. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead and make a nature check. Sarah.
17.
Nice.
17. Seeing. Oh, actually, called for the wrong check. I got a survival check instead. So just add your survival modifier instead. Yeah.
Oh, 15.
15. Okay. Judging the surroundings, I mean, in this environment, this cub is definitely not gonna survive on its own, unless it can get like lucky, right, and get a few months of uninterruptance. Is that a word? If it can get like basically like nothing interrupts it for a few months, probably like more closer to several months, where it can grow enough to actually be kind of deadly, or like on par with the bear, even at like an infant or a teenage kind of a year, then it would stand a strong test. But as it stands right now, like looking at the surroundings, it's not likely.
That sets it. We're adopting a bear tonight, guys.
I mean, well, it's tough because Seth does make a point about how it might be a liability. Where are we going to actually put this thing? Is it going with the
How are
civilians?
you going to
because
feed
that's
it?
not going to work. Also, that we need to feed it as well. We could, well, if anyone knew how to hunt while we were on our way to Fort Bellist.
Well, I mean, I'm
Um,
sure it can eat ash makers for the time being, but there's only
I
so
don't-
many of those to go around.
Are you sure that's meat?
Yeah, there's still meat there. They wouldn't respond to sword slashes otherwise.
It'd be nice and warm,
It kind
too.
of it kind of like it gets back on all fours, and then it looks up to you, Zara, kind of like tilts its head and just goes, "Friend."
Friend. Can I see your hand, friend? I'll help you.
Do you reach your like hand out?
Yeah, I'll just have like my hand out, but I'm not gonna approach it.
Okay. Make one more animal handling check.
God, I got lucky. 16.
16. It walks up to you and it puts its wounded paw on your hand.
Okay, I'm gonna use lay on hands pull.
Okay.
Do I have to specify how much I use?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll use like 3.
20 points.
25 points.
Forget healing Evetta's mom. This cub. We
No.
got this cub.
This one has more life in it.
Wow.
I mean,
I'm kidding. I'm
Suddenly,
not-
Veta is not on board with the cub.
I did not like that. No.
No, I'll use like. It's just like a scratch, right? How about it?
It looks like to be a deep arrow wound.
Oh, okay. I'll use like 5.
Okay. Let's see, you know,
If it would let me, I could also try curing it, but I don't know if it would accept me.
okay.
I could try that.
You use 5. As you hold the paw gently and use your lay on hands, it does fully seal the wound. And once you finish, the cub is like, "You mean the hurt?" And it kind of like walks up to you, and it like, with its other paw that wasn't on your head, it puts like its paw on your. How would you describe Zara sitting? Is she like crisscross or like?
Not like kneeling, but lower to the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like her shins are like are against the ground.
Okay. Oh, okay. You can see its expression immediately, like lights up, and it puts its left paw like, on like your knee, and it's like trying to climb up, and then like it like slips, and then it puts its left paw on like your knee, and it looks happy that, you know, it was fed and then healed. As it looks toward you, it just says, "Friend."
Do you want to follow us?
And it kind of looks at its dead mom,
Oh,
and then it looks back and it says,
please.
I'm thinking if I
Does she have to roll persuasion?
Oh, well, yes. Let me roll persuasion.
I mean,
Yep, let me roll persuasion. Come on.
Well, I was trying to decide if I should make you roll or not, and I was leaning on I shouldn't.
Oh,
But now that you want me to make you
no,
roll
no.
for persuasion, roll another animal handling check.
how does Zara, before you roll, how does Zara look as she's like leaning down and talking to this? Like, what sort of like expression does she have? Like, how is she like reacting to this pet? Is it like genuine like care that's
Yeah.
happening?
I think Zara is very attentive. That's why he also approached that child and was like, "Here you go, child."
I cast
Zara.
guidance on Zara.
Is
Alright,
that the
so you
5
add a
plus?
d4.
Yeah.
The 5 plus 1.
The 5 plus minus 1.
Yeah, no, I don't think guidance does that.
A D5.
Yeah, roll a d5.
18.
18. All right. You know, as you say, you want to follow us. It looks. It looks back at the mom. It looks at you, and it says, okay.
Come on, little one. Do you want me to carry you?
You cannot lift that.
No, I'm strong. This is why I trained, so I can hold a little owlbear.
It's like
okay?
800 pounds.
I can try.
Wait, you
Zara
didn't.
will be
What?
happy to try.
Luckily, D&D has rules for this. Let's see how much you can actually
No.
carry.
No, never mind. I'll hold his hand. Suddenly, I've changed my mind.
He looks at you disappointed, runs into the woods.
That attempts to pet. How big is an owlbear cub again? Like, how big are they?
I'd say like it comes up to maybe half the height of Dag.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's really
Dag-
small then.
Yeah.
It's very,
Dag's
very
like,
small.
yeah,
Wow, so like, what's an infant?
he's extremely young, yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, the one that you, again, not to keep bringing it up, but the one you get in Baldur's Gate is like, when it stands on its hind legs, is like 5 feet tall. It's still a
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah. That's why it looks like it would be like several months before it looks like it could fend for its own. So what are you doing, Zara?
I'm gonna just hold its hand. The hand that it put on my knee. I'm just gonna try to
Okay.
like gently, hold it.
Okay.
And then I'll lead him to where we was.
Okay. It awkwardly kind of follows you.
Well, hopefully the mountain riders won't attack it.
They better not. Or I will throw him.
Please. You would sacrifice the lives of all of the people in Dayston for one owlbear?
Yes. This owlbear has done nothing wrong.
And the innocent people, I mean, then why are we even waiting around if you feel that way? I know that Seph's genuinely asking Zara. He like points at the city and points at the fact that we're outside of its walls. If you feel that way, then why don't we just go to Carmeli right now?
It does not align with me.
Well, you just said that their lives didn't matter as much as this creature. And if you feel that way, then we should just go, because it would honestly save us more time and less effort if we just left now.
I was not fully honest with that statement. I think it's the fact that I sense disapproval from you in regards to keeping this owlbear that I feel so passionate about making sure that it's safe and it stays, but I do also care about the people of Dayston. Just because I care about this creature too doesn't lessen the fact that I care for the citizens of this city, and she points at Dayston.
Alright, then temper yourself when we get back to the mountain riders, because to them, this is a beast. And we'll need to explain to them that it is now apparently traveling with us. And I'm not disappointed or disapproving. I only offer a reality of what it is we're facing.
And at this point, you do see that most of the remnants of these mountain riders clan do seem to be awake now. You're hearing movement. You're hearing them roasting things over the cooking pit.
The people in Dayston will likewise be trepidatious about traveling with such a creature. So I'm just trying to have you prepare for that, because they are going to be hostile towards it. And if you do truly believe that their lives are worth as much as this creature's, we're going to need to temper that, and we're going to need to make sure that we can save all of them. This does not make our task any easier. However, I can see that you have affection for it, and that's fine. I'm just trying to let you know what it is we face. We are going to save those people. That has been my goal since we made this plan. If there's one thing I can do, it's leave whenever I want to. Remember that. We're choosing to do this together. And I'm very happy for your new friend. And I wave at the little owlbear.
It waves back.
It knew I cast the guidance.
I will take full responsibility for this cub. And just because I have decided to take it under my wing doesn't change that our goal is still to protect the people of Dayston. I am true to my word, and I will do everything in my power to make sure that these people are safe. But since I've taken this creature under my wing, it is also my responsibility to it to keep it safe.
All right. Well, then I trust you as I have.
Thank you.
I suppose now we need to make sure that it has something to indicate it's one of us.
I was thinking of that. And then Zara pulls out her ring from her bag. And does anybody have a string, anything that I can.
I mean,
loop
we
with
all have rope, presumably.
that. Is this rope?
I mean, you could
What
fray a
for?
rope and get a smaller
Oh,
string.
that's true.
Evetta will take out hers. And then fray it a bit so that it pulls out just a thinner piece of string.
Thank you very much. Zara takes the string, and then she has this what's it called? A signet ring, something like that, and she just loops it like into the thing, the string. She ties it. She kind of pulls on the string like on opposite sides just to make sure that it won't rip easy.
Okay.
Does it not? Okay, and then she approaches the owl bear very calmly and shows her like the little makeshift necklace. It's like, this'll show people that you're a friend. Can I put it on you?
Do you put it on it?
Does it look like it's fine with it being put on it?
You realize you can't understand it anymore as your speak with animals has run out.
Lamau.
So it's just kind of looking curiously at you.
I'll just do it slowly, and if it looks uncomfortable, I'll stop.
Okay. You do it slowly, and it doesn't seem to resist it. But then once it's fully on the neck, it's like kind of confused, and like it kind of tries to bite the ring, but it can't reach it. But you've got it on its neck. At this point, you hear what sounds like to be a group of people walking up to you behind you.
Oh.
As you turn around, you see Yuangu in Bule.
Good morning.
You see Yuangu kind of wake up Dag while Bule steps up to you guys. Well, we have gathered everything we can, and I believe we are ready to go.
All right. We have
We have a
added
new member.
one more asset to our escape plan.
We have
Zara?
a little friend. His name is.
He
Her?
raises. His name is her.
No, I don't know if it's
What?
I don't know if it's a woman or a man.
He raises one eyebrow very, very curiously. Kind of looks at all you with like this kind of, what have you done? Kind of look. And he's like, well, I trust you know what you are doing.
One fearsome beast deserves another. And you can tell that when Seth says it, he's trying to convince himself as much as he's trying to convince him.
I'll keep it in mind.
Well, I mean, if you truly, truly needed assistance, then those of the Tiger Clan would most definitely be able to help. They actually have quite the weapon they have managed to obtain on their side. Any of you familiar with a rock?
Yes.
A rock? R-O-C-K?
Would Evetta know?
ROC.
R-O, yeah.
Yeah, ROC.
I could turn into one of those.
Zara, you would probably know from your time with the Oath of the Ancients. Evetta, go ahead and make a straight intelligence check.
At 12.
12. Okay, you recall that rocks are, at the very least, like gigantic birds, but like that's pretty much it.
Oh, so it's a bird-like creature of some sort.
Yes, it is a monstrous one. Don't know how they managed to obtain that, but if we can manage to use that, that'll definitely be a great advantage for us.
I think we're all about ready to head back into the city and introduce you to I suppose he's sort of our patron at the moment, Thayer. He's the one who's sort of helping us organize all of this. He'll want to get to know you, and we can discuss the plan further.
All right. Well, Yuangu and Bule go back to gather them in. And you can see that some of them are on horseback and some of them aren't. And you see 2 horses that look like they're for Yuangu and Bule. You guys gather your things. Start to make your way back. Everyone go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, all right. I got a 13.
16.
7. I used all my good rolls on that owl bear.
Yeah.
You really did.
Okay. You guys are walking back to the city. It now being night. You hear this above you, and you see this massive shadow fly past you. And you look up, and you see what looks like to be a dragon-like shape. Immediately, everyone stops.
Oh no!
And Bule and Yuangu are having like these very, very attentive eyes on this winged creature that flew past.
Did anyone catch what color it was? Is it what we think it is?
Oh, that's a good question.
Who got the 16? Someone got
I did.
16, right?
Yeah.
It looked to be a kind of like, actually, you recognize that is not a dragon. It's way too small to be a dragon.
Mm.
It looks more like a wyvern.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, I will. As Evetta says that, I'll turn to her and say, fortunately, I don't believe that's our Scorched King just yet.
Oh, okay.
But it is a fearsome creature known as a wyvern. They're poisonous. They're obviously deadly, but thankfully not nearly as bad as if they were bringing a dragon into the city. But
Okay.
it is something we should be aware of when we're planning our escape tomorrow.
Look out! You hear behind you this massive, like, not
right now.
explosion.
Oh no!
This like
Oh.
something heavy landed, and you look behind you. You see another wyvern, a different wyvern, land down. And as soon as this one lands down, the one that flew past you, you see it immediately turns back around and immediately beelines towards you guys.
Oh no!
God.
It also lands down about 100 feet ahead of you guys.
Oh, cool. TPK
Are you
news
gonna
session.
Great.
Oh!
You have you
This song.
4, Yuangu, Bule in the front, and then all these soldiers in the back. You see them all draw swords and get their weapons ready, and that is where we shall end the session.
Oh man. All right.
I will
you
not
guys
let
got a
this
long
one
rest.
die.
Dude, your owlbear's about to be a fucking snack.
No.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
We'll literally body shield for this thing.
All right, so what's Quenie's new character gonna be?
It's gonna be a druid.
Yes.
She can continue to raise the cup.
Yes, exactly.
CR6s, I think.
Why do
Pretty
I
sure
always
it's-
have animals?
I mean,
Oh,
we have
owlbears?
No, I always have animals for my characters. Because it was Brownie for Mayari, now it's...
Where is this going? What are we even talking about anymore?
I don't know, but I love animals.
I thought. Were you mentioning
mean,
the CR rating of an owl?
designed your...
No, I was mentioning.
okay.
I was trying to think of what the CR of a wyvern was.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it's 6. I can't remember though. I used one once. They're fun. Fun.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, oh no. Well, in any case, pretty good session. Glad to see that the 3 kingdoms came in handy.
That was legitimately like my plan though the entire time. Like
Oh, I see. Okay.
I had been thinking about this pretty much like as soon as we finished last session. I had been thinking about my rip off of No, in my own. These are original characters.
OC, do not steal.
Do not steal. That's great.
Yeah, there's like this weird, text that floats above it all the time, and it just says Reitersul. You're like, oh, that's weird. It's like transparent. Like, huh? No.
Nice. Well, this has been lots of fun. Thank you very much for this session, for joining us on this. I was about to say journey. I don't know if I can really call it that, but it was kind of interesting. Looking forward to
Leaving Dayston.
Yes. Looking forward to leaving Dayston and fighting off these wyverns.
Oh no, we're dead. Our new characters are leaving Dayston though.
And
exist
the
in
owl
Dayston?
bear.
We all get to roleplay like HP 4 civilians for a couple of weeks as we flee Dayston.
Yeah.
And then we get to become level 1. That'll be really cool.
Become.
Yeah.
Also,
All right.
no,
What's up?
no.
In any case, we shall see you next time, potentially next Tuesday, for another D&D session.